And Scott Starboard.
Hey, Scott.
Scott Starboard.
All right, I'll get Scott.
Scott Starboard.
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 Scott Starboard!
Now, turn it up, feel the bass line, gallop fast, collide past the stars, shoot through the mast. Hands high, cheer flows like the breeze. The Scott Starboard vibe, breaking rules with ease. Gritty like sawdust, but smoother than silk. Words spill out, whipped up honey and milk. The show takes on galaxies, king of the scene. Fusion of rhythms, a genre grafted dream. Scott Starboard. Every pulse and sound, a radiant glow. It's the Scott Starboard. Now giddy up, get down, and let that energy grow.
Yo! Thank you so very much for being here tonight. It is Friday. I am Scott Starboard. This is the Scott Starboard Show, baby. It's fire tonight, folks. We get all types of madness and wonderment and craziness and cowardice, to be honest with you, going on. Oh, we're going to get to every last one of them because normally I say we're going all the way till 8 o'clock till Dark Man Steve pops on the scene, crispy and clean. But he's on vacation. I am on vacation. That's from What About Bob, if you haven't seen What About Bob. What are you doing with your life? But there's no DMS tonight. They're on vacation up there in northern Michigan. And we was trying different things. And tonight, we're going to be smoking funny things because there's all types of stuff going on. There's a lot of cowardice going on, oddly enough. Listen, you guys been here with me from the jump, and I love you guys with all of my heart and soul, for real. So, you know, I try to bring them high vibrational energy, okay? We watch all these people all the time, and they're kind of boring, if I do say so myself. People don't bring that energy. They don't have the fire in their belly no more. And it seems that our friend of the show, Tim Pool, lost that fire. His belly is cold, ladies and gentlemen. He's the fastest belly whopper in the world. I don't know what happened to Tim Pool's fire. You got no fire. He's lost his fire. It's all gone. Because my not just friend of the show, but friend Aiden Carney, Dr. Turtleboy, as he is known on the interwebs, flew all the way down to East Titty Bum F. It's a family show. I try not to curse. I break that rule every once in a while, but I try my best. So he flew all the way down to Tim Pool's crazy skateboard ranch in the middle of nowhere, Virginia. He gets there this morning, and all of a sudden, Tim Pool cancels our boy, Aiden Carney. Dr. Turtleboy canceled. What? Say it ain't so, Timmy boy. What's going on? Listen, I've been turtle rider from way back. So, you know, I'd watch Turtleboy's live streams, and, you know, there's 13 people in there, 31 people, 24 people. You can do the math. 24 people in there. I was number 23 or something. And I stuck with my boy, and I will still ride or die with the turtle. That's my dog. And so I was just really shocked. Like, and the other thing is strange is you guys know my dear friend Alex Stein, who is coming on tonight. Oh my gosh, shame on me. Because usually, see, DMS had to go on vacation. Because normally I say DMS is on at 8, followed by the great content comedy king himself, number 99 primetime Alex Stein, at 11 p.m. EST on RAV. That's Real America's Voice for those way in the back. So I almost forgot. I'm so sorry, Alex. But my dear friend, Alex Stein, is friends with Tim Pool. So Turtleboy, I remember the first time Turtleboy got to go on Tim Pool's show. It was unbelievable. It was pre-Karen Reed. I think I was more excited for him being on Tim Pool than he was. And he, of course, listen, if you don't know who Turtleboy is, he's absolutely phenomenally talented. He has, it's so different. Like, all of our people, like, we watch Bubba the Love Sponge in the morning. We got the great Gene Lasker on there. And they all have their gifts and talents and stuff. Alex Stein is a totally different creature from the Lord above, Jesus Christ himself. But Turtleboy is a totally different type of entertainer. Okay, he's a journalist Jesus, as they like to call him in the hood. But he's just a super unique talent, and he can rub people the wrong way. I got a pretty thick skin, and I'm if you haven't figured it out by my accent by now, I'm a masshole. So we speak the same language. I mean, I come with them high vibrational energies of love and goodness. And Turtleboy does too, but he ain't afraid to bring the hammer downeth on his enemies, smite them all. And when you're in that realm like that with like Turtleboy is, and he's really is a journalist. He used to say I'm just a blogger. I remember when, oh my God, for years I'd watch Turtleboy, and Turtleboy's like, oh, I'm not a YouTuber. I'm a blogger. And I think I even have the shirt upstairs. Shoot, I should have wore it. I just wear my natural, Scott Starboard, black shirt. It's patented, really. I don't hold the patent. Somebody else does, but you know what I mean. But listen, I used to watch Turtleboy, and he'd always say, oh, I'm a blogger. I'm not a YouTuber. And as the months and years went by, he'd have 2, 4, 6, 8, 1,000 people watching, and it was amazing. I'm like, I told everybody I know. I told people I don't know. I'm like, you better watch this dude. He's unbelievable. So what Turtleboy used to do, and I guess he still does, but now he's graduated. Like I said, he used to be like, I'm not a YouTuber. Now he's like, oh, I'm a YouTuber. I'm a journalist who does YouTube. Like he's come to embrace, because when you're an amateur at anything, you don't want to come out like, what I mean? I'm that same way myself. Like, I don't want to just come out and be like, oh yeah, I'm this and that. And that's a mistake. But I can tell when somebody's a good person. Nobody's good. I know the Bible said nobody's good, but I'm just saying, like, when someone is an honest and a person with goodness inside, when they're like, they don't want to call themselves a hero. They don't want to, brag or whatever. So, that's why, in my opinion, I think Turtleboy used to just say, oh, I'm just a blogger. I write blogs. But anyway, so what Turtleboy used to do is he'd go on Facebook and Facebook groups, in particular, the Brockton Hub. Just happens to be where your boy's born and raised, okay? I'm out of there now. I escaped. But anyway, I always wanted to be the mayor of Brockton. I mean, my father knew every single mayor. We knew everybody. And I'm always into politics. I'm into politics now. I don't try to do politics as much. Yeah, right. I do every show. But you know what I mean? It's not like all up in your face. I'm not trying to be all up in your face about it. You know what I mean? Leftists, independents, come on, hang out. Come on in. The water's nice. It's summertime. The water's great. But no, so I always wanted to be the mayor of Brockton real quick. And about 15, 16 years ago, I'm like, Brockton and I love Brockton. Brockton, here's the thing. Brockton's history is unbelievable. But the problem with that is that it's in its past. Brockton is a disaster. It's like if I became the mayor, I wouldn't be. See, here's one thing, right? Here's one thing I wanted to do if I became mayor of Brockton. We'll get back to Turtleboy in a second. I'm sorry, I go off on a tangent, but I, had the idea of going to Japan and trying to get, Japanese billionaire investors to come and build some, mini skyscrapers and to get Brockton to its greatness that it used to be. I mean, the inventor of the catcher's mitt came from Brockton. What big deal? Catcher's mitt. Well, the inventor of modern batteries and electricity, the department store Santa Claus, Miracle on 34th Street. Anyone? Hello. That's right. When you grew up and you sat on Santa's lap, that came from Kresge's in Brockton, Massachusetts, right on Main Street. So long story short, I always wanted to be the mayor of Brockton, but Brockton is an absolute gutter Muppet haven. And I still have people there that are absolutely, I love them with all my soul. But even they'll tell you, I mean, Brockton, like, when there's only like 35 murders in 1 year, they're like, well, it was a good year. I mean, we cut it down to 35. So, long story short, that's the short and curly of it. So there's a place on Facebook. I don't use Facebook really hardly ever anymore, but if you dare, if you're, like the type that likes excitement, you want to ride, carnival or fair rides in other countries, you're that kind of thrill seeker. You like jumping out of planes and I don't know, riding the fucking tilt-a-whirl in Mexico. Good luck. Anywho, we got some of that in the news if we ever get to it. Because listen, when this is Turtleboy, Tim Pool night, Karen Reed. But so where the hell was I? So Turtleboy used to go on the Brockton Hub on Facebook, and so what he did was he found ratchets, hood rats, and gutter muppets, and wrote stories on them, and it was easy because you just go on Facebook, and if you need a quick, it's shooting fish in a barrel, ladies and gentlemen. You go on the Brockton Hub on Facebook, and there's just ratchet ghetto-ness everywhere. This girl cheated on that guy who shizzot her own brother. It just Ilhan Omar style shit, like just it weird stuff, but it was fun. And that's what Turtleboy did forever. That was his bread and butter, ladies and gentlemen. So when Turtleboy, it was probably about 2 years ago, I think. Maybe a little bit more, because it was right before the Karen Reed deal. Turtleboy went on Tim Pool, and it was like something changed. It went from and believe me, his article. I'm kind of glossing over. I apologize. How thorough and clever and just in depth Turtleboy would go. So yeah, I'm making it seem like it's just easy, but he would truly do a real deep investigation on, Shamika Johnson, who's in trouble for, just God knows what, the most crazy shit you could think of. But he would actually go and investigate. He'd go to their house and he'd call them and he'd call them, he was a journalist, but he was too humble to admit it. So he's called himself a blogger, is what I'm trying to say. So long story short, he goes on Tim Pool about 3-4 years ago now. God, I don't know. Time flies. And so it's kind of changed. He went to the next level, basically. Because now, because we all knew, literally, if you are in Massachusetts, go ask 5 people if they know who Turtleboy is, and 4 of them will know. Maybe there's that one person will be like, I don't, who's that? It'll be like the Karen Reed dude, the one who freed Karen Reed. Oh, yeah, Turtleboy. I don't like him. He's a jerk. Yeah, whatever. Get out of here, you old dingbat liberal. Democrats don't leave. I'm just kidding. Not really. But I'm just being silly. But anyway, I'm in Massachusetts. There's nothing but moon bats around here. What do you want from me? So he's, in this region, and believe me, he was known at the time, but ever since that first Tim Pool, Tim Cast appearance, he now became national. And he broke real stuff, not just gutter muppet stuff. Oh, no. Not your typical hood rat, savage people. He was getting politicians bagged and, kind of getting them to resign, like corrupt ones, not just, he's not just going up against anybody. I mean, if you did wrong and Turtleboy sniffed you out, you are fudgical. So many people did. So I'm not going to act like I'm super special or anything, but I gave him 3 or 4 4 actually. And one of them really took off. I should have said this prior, because I'll just say I don't give a fuck. In Abington schools, middle school to be exact, and elementary, Abington's right next to Brockton, but somehow it's like a hoity-toity, proper good suburb of Boston. It's a good. I wouldn't even say. Yeah, I guess it's a suburb, but it's the burbs. So, but it's really nice, a nice area. Even though it's a budding Brockton, they somehow managed to keep out most of the riffraff anyway. So I got a hold of them, like, dude, blah, 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 what's going on? And they were, they had all the dirty LGBTQ books, how to give blowies, how, you as a 4th grader can get on Tinder and find a good 70-year-old man. Disgusting. So when he went on Tim Pool, he talked about that story. That was like the big story. And it even made it to Fox News. I was, like I said, I was more happy, I think, about it than he was. Like, I was like, he was nervous, of course, but and he's cool under pressure. Don't make me, not put our boy over. So, barely right after that, and I think maybe even on that first episode of Timcast, I think he might have said, like, all right, I got something going on right now that I'm working on. This woman named Karen Reed, who is being accused of killing her Boston, Massachusetts police officer boyfriend. And literally, it feels, like just days or weeks since then. Turtleboy's entire content, I guess you could say, his complete and utter focus was nothing but Karen Reed. You guys, you don't need me to tell you the whole Karen Reed thing. Yeah. I'll give you a quick synopsis. So in Canton, Massachusetts, sort of like Abington, but a little closer to Boston, so you kind of get more Bostonians and shit, or at least Bostonian workers, employees. It's like, I think what time it was, like midnight. There's a big cop contingency out there. There's a lot of cops know each other, okay? And there's one family that's more connected than everyone, and that is the Albert family. And then you have the McCabe's, and like Turtleboy would make the funniest nicknames for all these people. It would be like the Randolph check bandit. It'd be some lady who like bounced bad checks or something like that, or like the Roxbury river rat or something like that. It'd be some lady who, like, I don't know, tried to drown her kid in the river, something like, you know what I mean? That was hilarious. So not to be outdone, he gives the bad cops in Canton the nickname the McAlberts. And it's stuck ever since. It's still going. And it's perfect because it basically shows you these two families of connected people in the town and in Boston, by the way. The power, and it just kind of, puts them in the box. So any good cop doesn't get thrown in the box, right? So one night around midnight, a little after midnight, I suppose, and they were all at this bar, CF McCarthy's, and nobody knew it, but Karen Reed was she thought John O'Keefe, her boyfriend, was cheated a little bit, or was like having a little bit of side piece. So she went and had a little side piece with this other cop. Shit, what the hell's his name? Oh, my brain. It's been so long. So that cop happened to be at the bar with all the other McAlberts, and he wanted to kick his ass. But nobody knew. Like, John didn't really know, at least that we know of, because we can't ask him. Unfortunately, we can't. He was a good dude. His sister, John O'Keefe's sister, passed away, and his brother-in-law. So he took in his niece and nephew. Like, he was a fucking solid ass dude. You know what I mean? Tall, drink of water, handsome, honorable, like everything you'd hope a cop would be, you know? So they leave the bar and they were like, hey, why don't you come over? Jen McCabe's like, why don't you come over to my house? Oh, we're gonna have a little thing afterwards. And by the way, they're having a big party for this piece of shiz Colin Albert. Was it Collins? I don't know. Who really cares? They were having some kind of birthday party for oh no, it was whatever, one of the other kids, same sort of age as Colin. So long story short, they Karen's like, dude, I just want to fucking go home, guy. And John's like, fuck that, like I'm gonna hang out with these people and get it good with them, you know what I mean? Fucking let's be cool. So she drops him off, he goes in the house, she takes off. Well, in the house, little did he, unbeknownst to the Honorable John O'Keefe, and we don't know, what I'm about to say is kind of speculation, but my gut and everything about this tells me this is what I believe. So go ahead and touch me, Balboa. Sue me for what? I ain't got no money, Balboa. And I realize I'm mixing up the bad guys. Like, touch me and I sue, mother chucker. I ain't got a damn nickel. So, but this is my belief. He went in there and he was Higgins. Brian Higgins is the one, the pussy. This dude's such a wimp for a cop, and especially so he, you know, him and Karen Reed were kind of flirting a little bit. I don't approve, but you know, it is what it is. So he walks in. In my opinion, he walks in. Brian Higgins immediately is on him, like, dude, I'm gonna fucking take your girl. You don't treat her right, dude. Because of course, her being a piece of shiz. This is where, you know, you might not agree with me, but it's like, I listen, all of you guys, I love you guys, right? I would never badmouth you. You know what I mean? Like my wife, I love my Mrs. Starboard more than life itself. I'm not going to go behind her back and badmouth her. Even if this shit that I'm mad about or whatever, I'm not going to go talk shit. And she's like, you know, Karen Reed didn't follow that sensibility, I guess, where she's, you know, talking to Higgins. Like, in my opinion, it's like, if you want to try and cheat like a piece of shiz, but whatever, tell the dude, be like, well, I think he cheated, so I just kind of want to cheat. Because Brian Higgins is like, you're going to break my heart. I don't want to just have empty sex with you. I want to get to know you and your feelings. And it's like, you fucking idiot. She's trying to get even with her boyfriend who she thinks was cheating on him. You fucking pussy. She's not trying to marry you, you fucking schlub. But anyway, so in my opinion, I think he walked in there. Brian Higgins confronted him right away. And he's like, what the fuck you talking about? You don't treat your girl right, dude. I should fucking knock you out, dude. And he's got like the fucking McAlberts behind him who are like, you know, a couple of them, or at least one of them murdered somebody. They're beating up people. Like, they're just a shitty, corrupt cop family. Sorry, not sorry. Anywho, John O'Keefe walks in, confronted by Higgins. They're all up in there, all riled up, ready to go. This is my speculation as well. Colin Albert is right there waiting, ready, because this is like the young buck. He wants to impress all his uncles and fathers and all the other corrupt cops in the house. starts getting on him. Then Chloe, the fucking canine, the canine dog, who was too crazy to be a cop, so, a police dog, starts biting the shit out of him. That's where all the marks come from on John O'Keefe's arms. He's pushing the thing away, the dog away. Then they just start swinging and beating the shit out of him. They beat the living crap, and they killed him. And they beat him so badly that, he's not coming back from it. He's not totally dead yet, though. Then they carried John O'Keefe's body out onto the lawn and left him there to die in the cold. Why do I say it in such a way? Because Jen McCabe, Turtleboy, exposed this. Jen McCabe was Googling in the middle of the night, mind you, how's long to die in cold. I mean, you guys know this whole story, right? I mean, I lived this shit for like 2-3 years. Anyway, so that's, honestly, out of all the overwhelming Mount Everest of evidence freeing Karen Reed, she didn't do nothing wrong. How's long to die in cold at what the hell was it now? God, 2:23 in the morning, something like that. That's what kind of sealed the deal for all the jurors, because Karen Reed went to 2 trials. The first one, hung jury. And not like Bob Cocan Cook hung. I mean, like, we don't know. Can we guilty? No, not guilty. Matter of fact, we found out after the first trial that it was not guilty. But the judge, super corrupt piece of shiz, Beverly Cannoni, it was a rigged thing, just like the E. Jean Carroll shit for Trump, but except, instead of money on the line, it's Karen Reed's effing life. You know what I mean? And there's no justice for John O'Keefe because they're not charging the McAlberts, who clearly are guilty, in my humble opinion. So anywho, Karen Reed goes home, wakes up. She's like, where's this dickhead? He was supposed to be over there for like an hour or something, having a couple beers. She thinks he's smashing other chicks. So she's calling all the hoes. Jim McCabe, you fucking my man? I forget what the other broad is. Hey, tons of fun. I know you wanted to bang my man John O'Keefe since you were you went to the prom with him or some shit. Are you smashing my man? She didn't say that, but just follow him. So the 3, Karen Reed, the other 2 hoes, go and they look at, I don't know where he is. But Jen McCabe knew where he was because she's Googling how long to die in the cold. She knows. She's in the effing house. The other broad that came tagging along, she didn't know shit. But she wants to be cool with Jim McCabe because the McAlberts are the cool kids in town. You want to sit at their lunch table. So anywho, they pull up. Karen Reed's like, go back. Where I dropped him off is right in front of the stupid McAlbert's house, 34 Fairview Road. Let's go back. They go there. Shocker. Surprise to no one. He's there. Diz Ed. So long story short, they had a first trial for her, hung jury. They really didn't find her guilty, but fucking Beverly Cannoni, judge, is a piece of shit. They have a second trial. Beverly Cannoni still tried to, rig the court against her. Didn't work. Not effing guilty. So, in the mix of all these things happening, Turtleboy, who is a journalist Jesus, as they call him. Some people call him Daddy. How are you going to do that? Some of you ladies might like to, but I'm not going to do it. Anywho, he's doing his journalism. He's going and talking to the McAlberts, talking to going to their businesses and asking them questions. And when they kick him out, he leaves. If he knocks on Jim McCabe's door, hey, are you home there, sweetheart? Get out of here right now. Call the cops. And he's like, all right, fine. See you later, murderer. Like, he's taking his digs, but he's following. Listen, when we don't watch the freaking nightly news anymore. It's 6 and 10 and 11 p.m., whatever it is, like we used to back in the day. Look at all those, it's me, Sean Curran, the the investigative journalist for Channel 5 News, coming at you live every night. And he'd knock on the door. Is it true that you bounce checks, Governor? You know what I mean? Like, But nobody ever cared if, Sean Curran from Channel 5 News, investigative reporter, knocked on BLM's door to say, why you steal that money? Yo, get the fuck about my property, you shit. I didn't tell you to come here, motherfucker. You lucky my man left here like 7 months ago, because he would have whooped your ass. And the baby's like, Daddy go? Is Daddy back? Daddy ain't back, motherfucker. There's some journalism Channel 5. Well, shit. But nobody sues Channel 5 journalists now, do they? Nope. But Turtleboy's a journalist. And long story short, he's been railroaded and gaslit because, God, this story is so crazy. But the district attorney for Norfolk County, it's Norfolk, but we call it Norfolk around these Norfolk parts. His name's Michael Meatball Morrissey. Turtleboy once again with the cool nickname. Call him Meatball. He's a little, he's not a little. He's a big boy. Mostly all doughy around the belt area, the Beltwell region. So they call him Meatball Morrissey. And shocker, he's buddies with the McAlberts, and he's helping to cover up John O'Keefe's murder. So he throws the book at Turtleboy. They throw him in jail, for God's sakes, and it was a big to-do. So right now, what is going on? They're suing Turtleboy, and Karen Reed's suing them, and everybody's suing each other. It's fucking crazy, okay? So I tell you all that to tell you this. So I just wanted to get this, out of the way real quick, just so we could, really get into the meat and potatoes over here. So, here we go. So Tim Pool. So by the way, so let me get back to what I was saying. So, Turtleboy, I think this is Turtleboy's third time. It might be his second or third time going on Tim Pool. So he's scheduled to go on Tim Pool today. Timcast, to be exact. And the crazy part is he wasn't even going there to talk about the McAlberts, Karen Reed, or anything. You know what I mean? He was going there to talk about like freedom of speech and, First Amendment journalist rights and all that fun stuff. It really was. He wasn't even going there to talk. I'm sure it might have came up, but it wasn't like the main focus. So Tim Pool has, just flies him out there. We give Tim Pool some grief on here. He's one of Alex Stein's really good friends, but so I'm one of Alex Stein's good friends too. So we get to beef with Tim Pool. I mean, whatever. And our boy Nick the Gun Guy, he's got a little beef. Randy doesn't care for him. Most people are like, this guy's a little grifter. But listen, that's not what we're talking about right now. I don't know why I'm bringing this up. I think I just wanted to shout out Nick the Gun Guy and Randy. Anyway, so he flies him out to West Titty Bumfuck, Virginia, and he's there this morning. Matter of fact, we're going to do it like this. How about this? Turtleboy is down in Virginia, has no clue what is about to happen. See, look, there's the Tim Pool canceled one. Ready? It's going down. And then look, 9 hours ago, I met Turtle Riders and that's the name of his people. Just like Alex Stein's Chat Rats, Bubba Army, I don't know what the hell Steel Toe call those people. The Toe Jobs. I don't know what these people are. Like the Keno Casino people or I don't know, the Gamblers. I don't know what people, you know what I'm saying. Cute little name for their fans. So anyway, I met Turtle Rise in West Virginia, where the first shots of the Civil War were fired. Our boy TB's right here in the red. He's going out there, just enjoying West Virginia and checking out the sights and learning some history and blah, 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 blah. Look at signing a t-shirt for these people. Like I said, he's, he's not just locally or regionally. He's internationally known. And he's known to rock a microphone. But I get stupid. Let me do this. So look at he's signing free Karen Reed shirts. By the way, I shame on me for not mentioning something really big. So the entire reason why Karen Reed is free is because of the. I think I have my camera. So I'm going to do this. If I point and it's the wrong direction, and I watch this afterwards, I might be a little bit upset with myself. The only reason Karen Reed is free and walking around not in a prison is because of this chugga-lugga right here. And that's my not humble opinion, by the way. It's not even humble. People were all over the place. Everybody in this state and half the country was talking about the Karen Reed story, okay? And the Karen Reed case and everything else. Why? Because Turtleboy. There were thousands of people outside of the court. Like, we love Karen. Free Karen Reed. Whatever, all the chants. Why? Because of this dude right here. Aiden Carney. Dr. Turtleboy. Journalist Jesus. Call him daddy. I ain't doing it. That's why she's free. Now, she had some of the best lawyers on the planet currently. So it helped. But I'll tell you right now, you don't have this dude. It doesn't matter what lawyers you got. Jurors are not, they're just going to believe what the cops and the judge, corrupt Judge Beverly Canoni. Judge Beveridge, oh my God, I'm tipping a few back there. The jurors aren't going to listen to Alan Jackson. Matter of fact, Alan Jackson and all of her amazing attorneys, Elise, he was my favorite. And no offense to them, it's just something special about that Elise guy. But anyway, she, like, Judge Canoni was like, no, you can't talk about that. No, just move on. What do you mean move on? I got a whole gimmick right here. What are you talking about? Move on. So the only reason these jurors' ears and eyes were actually open is because of Turtleboy. That's right, my boy. So, and all those people screaming and all those people donating. Like, I mean, Turtleboy truly, like I said at the beginning, he turned from exposing, hood rats and gutter muppets and slam pigs into 1000% focused on the Karen Reed deal and in freeing Karen Reed. She's free because of Turtleboy. Now they got beef right now, and it's because, I don't know, Karen Reed's kind of a bitch. Sorry. Not really sorry. I am sorry. Because a lot of people are like, how dare you? She's a saint. Oh my God, there were so many people. This guy, Tom, I shouldn't even talk about it because I'm sure people love this guy. This guy, Tom, and he was harmless. He was a nice guy. Matter of fact, I think he was a retired cop. And he was the first one on the scene. Every morning I'm videotaping. I'm out here. Look at everybody showing up. Oh, this Karen Reed's third favorite fan. Oh, this Karen Reed's sister's boyfriend's fucking boss. And but Tom would watch. He's like, oh, I'm filming the. I swear, he might have not have said this exactly, but in my mind he did. And he's like filming the ground. He's like, oh, I can't show anybody right now because they don't want you to see where they're parked. And also I'm filming the ground because this is the ground that Karen Reed walks on. Tom CPU. Good dude. Like, sorry to kind of shiz it on him a little bit, but I'm telling you the truth. And he literally said, I'm filming it. And he goes, this is actually the where Karen Reed walks. And it's like, all right. It's one thing to want justice for this woman. I'm grateful that she's free because she might be a little bit of a biznitch, but she's not a killer. You know what I mean? She didn't do that. She might be, selfish, but she's not murderer over here. So anywho, but it was like, Tom CPU is like basically saying that they worship the ground she walks on. And maybe he didn't say it, but that was like the feeling. And then to be like, look at, we get to see where her footsteps are. It's like you're walking with Jesus. And there's only one pair of footprints, and it's Karen Reed's. It's not mine. Karen Reed is carrying me across the sand. Oh my God. And like, I started my show, this very show, probably like, I don't know. It's been like what, 14 months or so. So I started, I think, a little bit before the second trial. And I didn't talk about it much, even though my wonderful Mrs. Starboard and so many people I know and myself were all up in them Karen Reed guts, so to speak. We were all about it. It's a local story that turned international, and we're turtle riders, so we're invested. We know more than the average person in public because we're watching Turtleboy, reading Turtleboy, listening to Turtleboy, and we know all the details. If somebody's like, well, why did he go into the house? I was like, what do you mean, why did he go in the house? Jen McCabe and other people invited him to that stupid house, 34 Fairview. They left Sam McCall. You don't know, like, you know what I mean? And people are like, all right, relax. I don't know. It's like, well, I do. Why are we yelling? So that was kind of the deal, but it was just like, there was a lot of sycophants, and there's going to be people watch this live or after the fact. Hello. Thank you for being here. Please hit the like button. Who are going to be like, oh my God, called her a bitch. I'm leaving. I don't want to hear nothing else. Karen Reed is a saint, and I tattooed her on my butt cheek. So every time I get out of the shower and I check the mirror, I can see her glorious angel face. It's like, all right, let's relax a little bit on the worshiping, okay? I think God said something about that maybe in the 10 Commandments. Anyway, I'm being a little bit funny, but I'm serious. Don't do that. I love Turbo. I love Alex Stein. I love all you guys, but don't worship any human being ever. Anyway, so there's a lot of that hero worship shit with Karen Reed, and but listen, and it's my opinion. If I hope you can stick around and watch the rest of the show, because if you're upset that I call Karen Reed a biznitch, because I mean, what's the big deal? I'm not saying she's innocent of murder, guilty of being a bitch. But anyway, why do I keep saying it? Nobody's gonna stick around. So anywho, Turtleboy's down there in West Virginia, born and raised on the playground or the skate park is where he was gonna spend most of his day until this happened. Tim Pool. I can't do Tim Pool. I've been practicing so hard. I want to open the show as Tim Pool one of these days, but I don't know why I can't do it. It's like, yeah. So it always turns into Ben Shapiro. Anyway, Tim Pool posts canceled. This morning, my lawyers received notice pertaining to Dr. Turtleboy and risk of legal exposure if we host him. The notice is attached down below. Under advisement of counsel, we will not host Turtleboy on our IRL and must advise, do not follow him or read what he is saying. Now, listen, I love Alex Stein. I consider him a dear friend. He is friends with Tim Pool. So when I say this is to you, Alex Stein. I love you. Don't be mad at me. Earmuffs, brother. Tim Pool, you're a bitch. You are a fucking coward. That's right. I said it. Dude, where's your fucking balls? Before we read this, okay? Before we go ahead and read that, let me just show you something Tim Pool posted once upon a time. Where the hell did I put it? Where did it go? Oh, look. Tim Pool, September 12th, was it 2025? Just last year. Not even. It's like months ago. When you tear out a man's tongue, you are not proving him a liar. You're only telling the world that you fear what he might say. Tim Pool is a fucking multi-millionaire, okay? I know, I get it. I don't want to get sued either, okay? But here's the good thing. When someone sues you wrongfully, they pay, baby. Oh, they pay up the wazoo. And not only that, but I almost said Alex Stein. Turtleboy wasn't going on your show, Mr. Poole, to talk about Karen Reed, the McAlberts killing John O'Keefe or anything of the sort. He's going on there to talk about, freedom of speech and journalistic, God-given rights by way of the Constitution. So this is pussy shit. This is the most cowardly shit, dude. I am so pissed. Well, I'm gonna read this in 1 second. Hold on, I just want to crack the window and let's listen to Turtle. It's only 2 minutes, so I don't know what this is from. I fucking hate Nick Rocco. Oh, I'm a big bad guy. I can't stand Nick Rocco. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna play this. Fuck Nick Rocco. I don't know what this is. Probably something bad. By the way, your friendly reminder. This was said to be one glass that they took from the Waterfall Bar or CF McCarthy's, one of the fucking two bars. I don't care what anybody says. These are dog bites. These are dog claws. Or maybe these are the bites and these are the claws. What am I saying? It's been so long. You can see these are dog claw marks and gang, 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 right at the elbow. Definitely puncture wounds from dog canines. You don't need to be a dog bite, forensic scientist, physician to see that. Some people don't see it. I've had a dog. I had a pit bull. I think I told you guys this, right? I rented 16,000 square feet of commercial space and rented it to bands, and we had our own band, and we'd have shows and raves and tattoo night and strizipper night and all this shit, gamble casino night and stuff like that. I hope the statute of limitations is up. Anyway, and 16,000 square feet is the size of a super Walmart, if you could put that in perspective. Anywho, and we had a dog named Menace. Oh, I miss that dog so much. I love him. I just call him my mini Bubba. Oh, you're my mini Bubba. I like you so much. Licking your face. Like, I don't know where that tongue's been. You're so cute. I got you. But he was a pit bull. So he was very protective. And we in the hood. It was in Brockton. And you got hood boogers and street rats and all these types of chunkaluckas up in there. So it was nice to have a security dog that nobody wanted to fuck with. And he was a little tapped. Like, he wasn't tapped, but he just took loving and protecting his owner to the extreme. He wasn't playing games. You come in to shake my owner's hand. This dog could jump 7 feet in the air. I mean, it's like, 7. No, his mouth was easily 7 feet in the air. How do I know? Because he visited one of my friends who was jumped backwards. He was like 6'8", jumped backwards, and the dog still nipped his nose. So over 7 feet. Anywho, this crazy dog who I loved, but pit bulls, they love their owners so much that they will, you better hide your wife, hide your kids, type of deal. He'd make these claw marks on me. He made them on 500 people who would come in the back. Some sucker came out like, yo, I got your rent and shit, dog. Yo, anybody here? Nah. Let me see what these knuckers got back here, yo. I know they be smoking herbs and shit. And they be eating mushrooms and probably other shit, dog. Let's see what it is. Oh, shit. Yo, oh, damn, I didn't close the door. Why'd you open my door? You know why? Because I think you wanted to meet my doggy. And they'd have all this shit all over them. The second I saw it, I knew exactly what these came from. And anybody with a freaking dog knows where they came from. I'm so sorry. I'll get to the chat in 1 minute. I just kind of want to bust through this real quick. I want a little bit of... So look, is there anything you can do to get him to stop blogging about us? These people are literally in court because Turtleboy would not stop. I was going to say not stop talking, not stop blogging, not stop using his First Amendment. And these people are all guilty. Every stinking last one of them. I forget this one's name. That might be their lawyer. I don't know who this dirtbag is. This is Brian Higgins, the pussy whip bitch. and eat pussy. You have pussy loose good in my face with a clip bringing my nose and quit bringing my flows. This little chump ass Higgins. I don't know what Karen Reed was thinking. Ladies, I don't know what you find interesting or sexy about a man. She actually says, I think he's kind of sexy. What? I don't know what the hell you women like. You're crazy. Anywho, this is Brian Albert. He was a big-time Boston cop. He was actually on a TV show, a reality show in Boston called Boston's Finest. Boy, what a bad title. It should have been Boston's Worst. I tell you, live a waste. I don't know why I like saying certain words in New Jersey accents. I like turlet. I don't know what. It drives my kids crazy. They laugh, but they're like, Dad, why do you say turlet? I'm like, I don't know. I grew up watching All the Family with Archie Bunker. I'm only 32, by the way, so don't do the math. Anyway, this is Jen McCabe, and this is her husband, Mrs. McCabe. He is a straight up beta. This dude is a simp chump loser. Jen McCabe, yeah, Colin Albert. They all tried to hide the fact that Colin Albert was there. Why? If they just said, oh, yeah, he was here, it wasn't any big deal. It would have been fine. They probably would have got away with it if they didn't try to cover up for this little crooked face piece of shiz. And then this is one of the other Alberts, Chris Albert. He owns D&E Pizza. I don't know if it's still open in Canton, Massachusetts. And he didn't partake in anything, but he did know after the fact that it happened, and he covered it up. Again, my educated opinion. So go ahead, Balboa. Touch me and I'll sue. So where are we? Where do we go? Let's see what this has to say.
Says, Uncle, how come you're not on court TV?
All right, let's just see this real quick. It kind of doesn't really have anything to do with it, but I got to open the window because I want to smoke a butt. By the way, shout out to Will DeGlera, another smoker, and an honorary Bostonian. And love Will DeGlera. Will DeGlera is in my opening. Oh, by the way, before I forget, this weekend I am I'm fixing my opening. Alex, I love Alex Stein. I love Paige. Okay, Paige Wallace, we love you so much. Her and Alex parted ways. Alex has a new girlfriend, so when I play my opening and it says Paige and Alex Stein, as much as I truly do love that clip of him being like, and Scott Starboard, it's just the way he says it. I love it. It flows perfectly. It goes along with the song and blah, 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 blah. I got to switch it. Also, we got Chrissy Maya, the bathroom slayer, mother could say a prayer. Hail Mary, full of grace. Put a dick in her face and a Gucci bag and a North Face. And she screwed over our friend, a dear friend, Araya Light. I know Lila Hart, who's my friend, and Keanu Thompson, who's Raya's friend. They get along with Chrissy Mayer. It's a whole thing, really. Turtleboy's been on Chrissy Mayer too. And listen, I hate all the beefs, to be honest with you, but it gets a little messy, so I got to fix up my opening. But it'll give me a little kick in the tuchus to get that going, because I've only been talking about it for like 2 months. I like my opening. I like, when I watch my show back to critique myself, which is the most cringe thing you could ever do, because I'm not doing it to watch it because I'm, enjoying it. I'm trying to see what I did right, what I did wrong. You know what I mean? And hearing your own voice is hard enough. Seeing yourself, it's not easy. But I watch most of all my shows after the fact, the next day or whatever. And I love the opening. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I've planned this opening since I was a little kid. I've wanted to do shiz like this forever. I mean, I grew up watching and listening to Rush Limbaugh, listening to Morton Downey Jr., all these different shows. I always wanted my own. And I always was like, well, if I ever do my own opening to my own show, it's just going to be them saying my name. And I was in Starboard at the time, so it wouldn't have been the same. But you know what I mean? The concept that counts. All right, listen to this real quick. I just got to open this window.
Thank you, Luca from Malden. Next up is from Shelly. Says, Uncle, how come you're not on court TV? Nick Rocco is nice and all, but that should be you on there demolishing Plevin. You know this case better than anyone, and you went to jail for this. There would be no Plevin or Nick without you. Seems like people have no loyalty these days. Old school writers and new ones have your back. Well, thank you, Shelly. So,
Wow. I'm kind of glad I did get to play that. I don't have my other monitor up. Here we go. I'm kind of glad I did get to play that because I couldn't agree more with this Shelly lady. Good shit, Shelly. Nick Rocco and a whole bunch of other people. By the way, Turtleboy, I know you're going to watch this. I love you, dude. I didn't warn anybody about Nick Rocco, but internally I knew he was a fucking sleaze. I fucking warned you and Will the Glare about JFK. I warned you guys. Oh, I didn't know Mike from the Young Jokes was going to have beef, but again, it's like Chrissy Mayer, Lila Hart, Araya, Keanu deal. Like, I don't want to be a part of it. I don't want to get into the beef. There's too many friends and it's kind of the same way. Like Alex Stein loves Tim Pool. And Alex has told me time and time again, when you meet Tim Pool in real life, you're going to love him. He's not the same dude as he is on camera. And I was like, Alex, do you know one of the reasons why me and so many other people adore you and Lila Hart, to be honest, is because you are the same person all the time. So you telling me that he goes, yeah, he's like, I appreciate that, but he's like, I'm just telling. He goes, Tim is, he's doing the show, and so he's, I don't know if you'd say hamming it up, but he's putting on a show. He's doing like news journalism or whatever you want to call it. So when he's off, he doesn't even want to talk about politics or anything. He's a totally different dude. He's mad chill. You'd love him. And I think Alex is probably right. And I actually do agree with Alex, and I fully understand what he means by a show, because I don't call this a live stream. I know I'm preaching to the choir. You guys have probably heard me say this shit like 500 times. This is not a live, it is a live stream, but I don't call it a live stream or, I'm streaming tonight or whatever. And God love everybody who does. I want to put on a show. That's why if you ain't screaming, you ain't streaming. If you ain't screaming, you ain't streaming. I like to, I'm bringing that energy because I want, listen, God made me how he did. You go ask the big guy, if you don't like it. I don't know what to tell you. I've always, I love entertaining. When I've been in bands, I loved playing shows. And I love just playing music with the band. And then when you play a show, it's this whole new drug, really. And because I'd love doing crowd work and talking to me like, ma'am, excuse me, you didn't get me one? Can you believe this broad? She comes in here all looking beautiful like that. You don't bring your boy a beer. I just say silly shit. And it's like, I'll get you one. No, I'm just kidding. And it's like, just crowd work, have fun. And I loved it. And we do one of our songs and it would be over and everybody's like, yes, because I got them engaged. But to be honest, they got me engaged. You know what I mean? Because otherwise, if just playing, there's no interaction with the crowd. I don't know, whatever. I don't know. So I get it, but I don't get it because I'm the same person I am right now. If you guys see me at the Alex Stein Chat Rap meetup, if you see me at the Fat Pigs meetup, if you see me at BARP, I hope next year, this is who I am, the same person all the time. So it kind of I don't know, but I get what he's saying. I really do. But I just think Tim's complete pussy for what he's doing with Turtleboy. But back to what I was saying, there's so many fake people like that dude JFK. I think Nick Rocco is a total bullshit scam artist. Now, I don't give a fudgical. Somebody can say it. I was going to say nobody can say. You can say what I believe it's free speech. Say what you want, but I don't. I know you're wrong if you say that Turtleboy is a grifter from Karen Reed. Turtleboy was doing this shit way before Karen Reed was falsely accused, and supported and gained her freedom because of our boy Turtleboy. So he's not a grifter. And I know I didn't really mean to pick on Tom CPU. I was just kind of pointing out, like, and it was probably me, to be honest. It's definitely me. Like, it was just like people worshiping her. And at the same moment that I'm super annoyed that people are worshiping Karen Reed, Tom CPU is recording the ground. And he's like, this is where Karen walks every day. This is where she, and it was like, oh my God. And Tom's a retired cop. He's an old dude. I guess a little grifty, but not really. He was just wanted to be part of it like everybody did. JFK is definitely a grifty. Mike from the Young Jerks, he's been doing content for a while, so I wouldn't even say he's grifting. I am all about this Karen Reed shit, and I barely talked about it on this show because I didn't want anybody to even think that I was grifting off of that shit. People like JFK, that's all this dude had. He was like, oh shit. And I get it. Listen, I'm not stupid. You know, you need a gimmick. I get a little frustrated when, I only see 25, 30 people in here. I want there to be 300, 400, 500 people in here. So I always think to myself, what can I do? What can I do? Alex Stein's been on this show and he's telling me like, oh, go do town halls. That's Alex's gimmick. And I know other people do it, and a lot of them do it good, but I don't want to do it because it's like, that's not, whatever. So I'll figure out some kind of thing to get big. But like I'm saying, it's like, I understand something will pop one day. I have faith in God. I get, whatever, living the dream. But, there's just a lot of bizums out there, and I, in my personal opinion, Nick Rocco is one of them. Like, he's out there, he's like, oh yeah, we're doing this for Karen Reed. It's like, what do you mean we're doing this? Turtleboy did all this shit. You are jumping on, bandwagons, fool, and he gets to be on TV and fucking court TV and all this shit. It's like, dude, if anybody belongs on court TV talking about Karen Reed, it's Turtleboy. And after that, I would say Melanie Little. And after that, I'd say Will the Glare. And after that, who knows? Maybe one of these lawyers or some shit. But other than that, well, Melanie Little's a lawyer. But it's like, these are the people. All the rest of is just hanger-oners trying to, get in the back. It's like a Jesse Jackson type of thing. Jesse Jackson, like, that Martin Luther King Jr. gets killed by the CIA from the United States government, and Jesse Jackson was downstairs. He wasn't even in the hotel room. He ran upstairs. We're like, wait, don't move the body now. Let me see that blood. No, man, put it all over my shit. And then he closed the door, waited for journalists to show up, and he opens the door. Oh, look what they did to my man. The king is gone, y'all. It's like, that's grifty shit. Like, oh, look at this tragedy that I am pulling myself up and uplifting myself. Like, that's how I see it. I don't know. Maybe, whatever. Maybe I'm being a little bit too mean to Rocco, but I don't really care.
Real quick about that, because a lot of people have been posting about that and asking about that. And look, I'll be honest with you real quick, okay? Real talk. It does bug me a little bit, not gonna lie. Like, when I turn, like, so this is like what I've been working towards. Like, for the last year, in more than a year now, I have written more than 350 stories on this, right? I have uncovered shit that no one else has. The stuff that we have come up with has been used multiple times in defense filings. I have been charged with a whole bunch of bullshit felonies that I'm only being charged with because I'm standing up for Karen Reed. That's the only reason I've been charged with these crimes. They're fake, right? And I went to jail for 60 days. I could have gotten out whenever I wanted to. I could have gotten out.
Do you hear, I know I'm supposed to change. I do a lot of, we do our own content here. I don't like stealing people's shit, but I know I'm supposed to pause shit, whatever. You have to change it to be your, it's like we're listening to a 2-minute thing. Anywho, Turtleboy went to jail. Okay. He's losing his life. So that's why, like, for me, why I'm saying Karen Reed is a biznitch. She totally abandoned him. She's like, oh, I only do interviews with people who pay me. Oh, and not the dude who gave you the freedom to have that opportunity? Because, oh, sure, TMZ or whoever the frig, Court TV wants to pay you for an interview, fine. But when you're doing it with an orange jumpsuit on behind bars, bitch, you can't enjoy that money. So that's what I'm saying.
A sacrifice for this shit, right? And now is the most important time. Now is when it's supposed to all pay off. The most probably watched show, right, on TV is, like everybody's talking, is Vinny Politan's primetime, right? It's the biggest show. And quite frankly, I don't give a fuck. I deserve to be on there. I earn that shit. Every night they have on there, they have just a default pro-Karen one, an anti-Karen person, and then a lawyer, right? And it's Plevin. And I don't mind Plevin being on there because I want the other side to look stupid because they are. So he's perfect for that regard.
Who's Plevin? He's this guy, Yellow Cottage, I don't know, Piss Bucket or whatever his name is. He used to be like a free Karen Reed dude, and then he totally flipped. And this dude is, I wouldn't even say he's grifting off of Karen Reed, or he grifted off of Karen Reed, but he was he's not even to the full extent of like Nick Rocco or JFK or one of these people, but he he's just like, I think he flipped so he could get all the, the other side. Well, there are 200,000 pro Karen Reed people, and there are maybe 100 anti-free Karen Reed people. So you picked the wrong horse there, Yellow Piss Stains. That's who Plevin is. But anyway.
Right. But like the lawyer, whatever. It's like, but like the Nick thing, it's like, again, nothing against Nick. I've said good things about him in the past. A lot of people have, come to me and said, oh, he's a fame whore, clout chaser. And I've always stood by him. Always. I've
fame whore, clout chaser.
Never said anything negative about him. But I'm just saying, if I were in Nick's shoes personally, and I'm just saying, if I were in his shoes, and I wrote 0 articles on this, and I uncovered 0 evidence, right? And I spent 0 days in jail over any of this. And I was offered a spot on Court TV, even though I don't have a YouTube show. I built nothing. If I was in a position where I built absolutely fucking nothing.
Wow. Oh my God. See, this is why, because Turtleboy scraped and clawed. Like, I could do another hour on how Turtleboy even became Turtleboy. Because he gets totally screwed. It's kind of like a Chud the Builder thing, where Chud the Builder was stuck in traffic and he yelled a couple of things at idiots who were blocking traffic. He's like, dude, I got to get to work. And they were like, yo, he said the N-word. And they were like, this N-word, this crack, blah, blah, blah. So he said the N-word back. He didn't say it first. They canceled, they posted online. Chud the Builder loses his job, loses wife and kid. His church won't baptize him. You know what I mean? It's like, you pushed this dude, Chud the Builder, to be what he is. Sorry, Turtleboy, I didn't mean to, mix you and Chud the Builder up. But it's just similar, where it's like, Turtleboy built all this shit. Like, they canceled him so bad that he had to go on his own. He couldn't even work for some other, station or newspaper outlet or media outlet. He had to make his own thing because he was canceled so bad. He was a freaking high school teacher, by the way. So whatever. So he built this and scraped a clout. Remember what I said at the very beginning of this episode? I was in the frigging, in Turtleboy's chats when there were 13 people. I was the 14th person in the room. There were 23 people, 28 people, and then it finally would build. It'd get a little over 50, get 70. And it took months and months and years. And finally he's in the hundreds. And it was like, he built the shit. And then Nick Rocco comes around, never built a fucking thing, didn't do any of the shit, and jumps on the bandwagon. And then next thing you know, he's the spokesperson for all the free Karen Reed people, and not Turtleboy, who fucking freed Karen Reed and actually is the one doing all the shit. I don't blame Turtleboy, and he's still being pretty gracious, because I'd probably be a little bit more Tom Petty if I were him, but that's just me.
And then Turtleboy, who did all this work, isn't on there. I personally would say I can't put him on instead, because that's me. I'm just kind of a loyal fucking guy like that.
I completely understand what Turtleboy's saying. What I would do is I would go on air. If I was Nick Rocco, I would go on air with Vinny Politan and Core TV and shit, and be like, I'm so gracious. You know, they'd be like, it's Nick Rocco. How's it going out there, Nick? I'm great. You know, I just want to say thank you, by the way, for having me on. You know, I am completely embedded 100% into the Karen Reed trial and this whole crazy, ridiculous case. I just would like to say that, you know, I'm no slouch myself, but Aiden Carney, Dr. Turtleboy, should be here. Like, and, you know, he's the real one. He put this whole thing. That's what I would honestly say. Like, it's just crazy.
Nobody knows this better than me. Nobody can articulate it like me. No one can spit out the facts like me. No one can debate like me.
He's not wrong. He's, you know, he might be, you know, Turtleboy rubs people a little bit the wrong way, but I dig his style, man. I think he's blunt. It's kind of like Trump, like where it's like, you know, I know we're a little bit down on Trump right now, but it is like Trump where it's like, you know, people are like, he's like Little Rocket Man. What are you going to do with your little rocket over there? And it's like, oh shit. And he got results. Next thing you know, he's walking across the demilitarized zone in North Korea.
And again, it's the most critical time. And every time I turn on the fucking TV, every time I turn on, it's Nick Rocco. And I don't, it's like, so anyway, that's just my thought on that. That's my opinion. That's my opinion.
I absolutely agree with that opinion 1000%. All right, so let's get to the meat and potatoes. I'm so sorry I haven't gotten to the chat. Let's get to the chat for a second real quick. Kenny Powers, my man. I love Kenny Powers. Yes. It's not like the trolls are slick either. Maybe, wait, did I go? Yeah. Maybe they keep them to keep the numbers up. I really don't know. I am really hoping that Bubba the Love Sponge does not, like he said it's happening Monday, and I'll be, I guess, praying this weekend, because if Bubba shuts the chat down and there's no Johnny Z, Kenny Powers, EMC, Thomas Gilson, I don't know, some people are members and shit, but without all of us there, like, fuck it, who cares about trolls? I like some trolls in here right now. I'll take like 50 trolls, please. It's crazy, but I don't know. I never see Holyoke. I thought he hangs in Rumble. No, he got banned. Yeah, he got banned. Did I say Johnny Z? Oh man, Matty P, my dude. Where is Bart? Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it, man. I've been trying to, you know, work on my thumbnail game a little bit. Nick the Gun Guy. Speak of the angel. Everybody's always speak of the devil. No, not around here. We speak of the angel. Bruh, do I need to come on the show as a Tim Pool expert? Let's go. Oh my God. I kind of did think of that earlier, but like now, like I just, because I wanted to, like, you know, do the whole backstory and shit for Turtleboy and Tim Pool and blah blah blah. But let's see where this goes. That wouldn't be a bad idea. But Hutchinson, my dude. Yeah, Maddie, at least give them the authority to ban someone without catching heat. Bubba should punish the mods, not the audience. Maddie, dude, great minds think alike. I can't believe you said that. That's what I was gonna, because Bob Cook is like family with Bubba the Love Sponge nowadays. I was gonna ask Bob to say, like, dude, like Bubba has 1,000 mods. Like, if they're not doing their jobs, then unmod them. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to start shit. I love Grouper Lips. He's one of my favorite dudes. And all the other mods, everybody loves them. Big Buck, I haven't met him. I don't really know him that well, but like, I'm sure they're all great. And maybe they just, you know, it's not even like the mods' fault. Maybe they feel like Bubba hasn't given them the true authority on who to ban and who not to ban. I'm a mod for Alex Stein. I've been a mod for a bunch of different people. I know how to do it. So you delete people's, you know, troll comments. If they get really out of line, give them a little timeout. When they come back, say, hey, listen, just, you know, I know your timeout's over. Just be cool, dude. We're here to have a good time. You know, you can be critical without being a little dick. And if they go right into being a dick, you block them for the whole show. And then tomorrow, you're modding. There's a wrench there. That means you have to work. So sorry, guys, being a little harsh, but it's true. So if someone's really being a dick, that dude comes back the next day or whatever, and he's being a dick, bye-bye, you banned. That's how it goes. So I'm with Maddie. Like, I wouldn't even like punish the mods. Bubba needs to tell the mods what how to work and what to do, and to give them that authority, give them the confidence to do what they got to do. But yeah, that's me. Ava 19 official. Everybody would be following her. She's on Twitch. Her show's amazing. Scott Ski Ball Wizard Starboard. Oh, what's that song? Pinball Wizard. I was gonna sing it in Ski Ball Wizard, but I am actually a Ski Ball Wizard. Maybe everybody knows this. I don't know if this is a true tip, but what you do is you stand in the middle, slightly off to the right, if you're a righty, and you aim it right at the corner, and it goes right in the middle one every single time. Oh, I'm good. I am a wizard. Been a rough week for you, boy. By the way, I'm so sorry I missed yesterday. I've just been really stressing out, and between busting my ass at work, getting 4 hours of sleep at night, and really allergies. Like, I was just so run down yesterday, and I had a couple of things that I probably should have been doing, but I'm working and then coming right here, here to do the show and shit. Like, I just needed yesterday off. I'm so sorry. I really am sorry, man. And by the way, might not be the best time to tell you this, but I don't know if we're gonna be on Fridays anymore, because it was 25 paid subs was the goal to do Fridays. So now I think we're down to like 17. And I know I'm new and shit, but it's like it is a lot of work. And I'm still like super uncomfortable taking like super chats and shit like that. But like, I don't know. It's like, also it is work. So I should be getting, somehow getting, it's not even like, I need money bad, but it's like, if I'm putting in work and not getting money for it, I'm kind of an idiot. So hopefully we'll get the enough paid subs to do Fridays again, but that's next Friday. If you're wondering what's going on, that's the deal. We'll talk more about it next week. We love Ava so much. Johnny, I went on an ice cream sandwich binge yesterday. You got to be careful with them things. It's like, oh, just one's good. They're little, right? I can have a couple. Be careful with them. I know. 12. Impressive. I ate 2 drumsticks. I felt like crap the next day. Right? I know my stomach has shrunk so much from like trying to eat better that it's good, because I could Thanksgiving, right? Like my plateth overfloweth, and I'd still eat 2 of those overfloweth plates. I'd eat them all. I'm like, oh, love Thanksgiving. Now I'd have like a half of one plate and probably, take a little bit to polish the thing off. So you gotta do a little starvation. It's not like starving for days. Just skip a meal here and there. At least that's what I do. And now my stomach shrunk, because I would have done 24 of 24. I would have had to run back to the store and grab another box, because I could just fucking eat. I couldn't help myself. I guess I was trying to cheer myself up since Sky didn't stream. I'm sorry I forced you to binge eat ice cream sandwiches. I'm sorry. I just needed yesterday a brain break. But there were 2 things I had to get done. Kind of weird. Dude, oh my God. Kenny, I'm so glad you talked about this. I tried to binge Spider Noir last night. I only got 2 episodes in. Does everybody know what Spider Noir is? Spider Noir is put the bunny down. What's his name? Nicolas Cage playing an old retired Spider-Man who it's like the old Spider-Man noir shit, right? So it's like think of a 1930s black and white, detective gimmick. It's like, hey, Johnny, I know you're the guy. You did it. And it's like, you coming to my office, you're trying to get me to, it's like Jessica Rabbit deal, whatever. And Nicolas Cage isn't really knocking my socks off doing the gimmick, but he's not bad. I mean, Nicolas Cage is just the consummate professional actor. The problem with Spider-Man Noir, is that it's woke. It's all woke trash. Oh, so fucking absolutely garbage. It's like his secretary is like a half Blizak, half like Asian woman. So it's like back then it was like, there was tension between the private investigator and his secretary, who was like some skinny hot number, who was like, it's like, why don't you love me, Johnny? Women come in here all the time, see, and you don't see me, and I'm right in front of you. And he's like, you know what, dame? You are the one for me. You knocked my socks off, kid. Ting. You know what I mean? And it's like, she's like, and he's pretty old. So there's no like cis-sexual tension like that. It's super woke. Like there's like, it's like Blizak people didn't have like super prominence. Like it just sucks. But I cannot recommend that shit. I think I've watched 4 episodes so far, and it's trash. It's absolute dog shiz triz. I hear the first season of Spider Noir is fire. I don't know who told you that, brother. It would be if they didn't make it like for like modern libtards to enjoy. What the fuck are we doing? Like, I'm not saying you don't have to have Blizak people in there all you want, but it's just, and they're like, yeah, man. Like, this is one dude, and he's like another superhero, and they introduce him as a superhero, completely ridiculous. Like, he's just all of a sudden a superhero. Like, they didn't think of it at first. Maybe they did, but it sure doesn't feel like it. And then he's also a private investigator who's also like a journalist. And it's like, oh, so you want the Blizak guy to be the actual Spider Noir? It just doesn't make any fucking sense. Everything's super woke and dumb. All the white people except for Nicolas Cage, Spider-Man, are bad people. It's just stupid. It's like, can Hollywood just make something apolitical, please? Like, have you guys watched The Boys? Me and my son, I fucking love that kid. We watched The Boys. The Boys is over now. The season finale was kind of dog trash. Not kind of. It was bad. It could have been way worse. So that's why I'm like, kind of. It was written by like Seth Rogen and Seth Rogen and a bunch of like libtards, right? And it's like they ruined it so bad, but by trying to make like the main villain who's like an anti-Superman, his name's Homelander, and he's like a bad Superman. Just think of Superman if he was like evil. They turned him into Trump, literally. And it's just so like we laughed at how stupid it was. It's like, you guys think you libtard Seth Rogen idiots. You think you're winning right now. You're not. You're making it funny for us. And he just, he knew it, because I'm sure they were getting shitters online, and they'd triple down and we would quadruple down. I was like, let's go. But I mean, if they just made that The Boys like without all the libtarded shit, it would be fucking awesome. It would have been so badass. Oh, and I just feel that same way about Spider-Man Noir, but it's like Spider-Man Noir is not even funny. At least The Boys was funny and interesting. It's like, it's just dog shit. Kenny, is that Spider-Man show? I never heard of it. Yeah, that's the one. Is it like Drakkar Noir from the 90s? I loved that shit. Drakkar was like one of the best colognes for dudes. It's hard to tell. It's Nicolas Cage, but he's also Spider-Man. But it's also like 1940s. But it's also like 2026. It doesn't know what the hell to do with itself. I was more of a polo guy. Yeah, polo is the shiz. I used to carry a lot of quarters just so I could freshen up in the bathroom at the club. Right? Like, I don't know. Like, there was Drakkar, polo. Oh my God. I'm trying to think of the one I liked. I mean, there was Stetson, which was kind of good because most people didn't have it and chicks seemed to dig it. But there was another one that I loved. I don't know. We had great colognes back in the day. Now it's nobody goes out. These kids don't go out. So what do they need cologne for? It's like, oh, I got Mountain Dew cologne. This is fake, by the way. It was like, oh, Mountain Dew cologne. Oh my God, I'm gonna Discord this girl. I think I like her. Oh, get out there and hook them up. I remember my first club experience. Who's the stranger with towels and cologne watching me pee, right? He's like, well, I'll tell you what, sir. If you give me a tip, I'll give you a tip. Well, here's $1. He's like, all right, $1, I'll give you $1 tip. Don't shake your shit so much. No, I don't know. I was in Boston. We went to some funny clubs. Yes, there was polo cologne vending machines in the bathrooms. Hell yeah. There was another cologne that I just thought was the shiz. Damn, I can't remember the name of it. Copper Tone. KP, when they called me Wednesday, I almost told Lasker to go F himself. Could you imagine how that would have went? Lasker was like being a dick about it, but I've noticed. See, you guys are all way deeper into Bubba Army than me, dag nabbit. You know all the history. For me, I'm still fairly newbie. I'm like 2 or 3 years into this here. And maybe it's just I never noticed it. But like I understand what Bubba means. Like Lasker does counter program. He really does. Like he just takes, the devil's advocate side every time. And it's like, oh, that's my boy. Why are you doing this, Gene? I love you. Leave my boy Nick alone. But it's all good now. It's all good. Yeah, Nick the gun guy. They were piling on my boy. It was crazy. Oh, shiz. I just saw Sniz. Hey, Nick, it's your favorite podcast. It's Tim Pool. Sniz, thank you for being here, big pimpin'. Freaking love you, bro. I'm skipping people because I see holy shiz. Truth is unbreakable. Let's go. I don't want it to go away. It's good. Rainy. Everybody loves Rainy, the fabulous Rainy. Evening, kiddo requested chicken Alfredo with bow tie pasta. That sounds phenomenal. So that's what's for dinner, you heathens. I love it. I like bow tie pasta is delicious, but like sometimes some of like the middle of it wouldn't cook all the way. So you eating is like, oh, I love this bow tie. And it's like, why is this extra bow tie just drive me crazy? But I still love it. And chicken Alfredo, I haven't had chicken Alfredo in a minute. In a hot minute. Can I just pull this up like this? Holy shiz. I saw it pink. Wow. Oh, man, I got to scroll down. I'm so sorry. I'm such a nub. Wow, I'm way behind. Where was it? Oh, my God, Tony. I love you, Tony. Thank you so much, dude. Tony, hey, Munkets. Saving the Friday shows. Tony, I love you, dude. I don't want you to feel like it's all on you, dude. Thank you from the bottom of my soul, dude. Thank you, brother. Man, I appreciate it. Yeah, that Nicolas Cage gimmicks woke. He's not even woke. It's like Nick Cage is like, listen, I'll put the bunny down. I'll pick the bunny up. I'll pick the show up. But I don't want to do any of this woke shit. Just, you can do all the woke shit around me. I'm just going to pretend like I'm Spider-Man Noir. Thomas Gill said, my best friend is a goose. So nice he told you. It really is. My best friend is a goose. Thank you for being here. Please follow, share it even. Scotty, are you being hyper self-aware? Who would do that? Yeah, I get like 3 or 4 hours of sleep. Is rough. Wait, 4 hours of sleep? I say it time and time again. You don't need more than 3 hours. Ava's a machine. No, you're right. It's just I get like 3 to 5, not even 5 hours every night. And it always catches up with me. It's like after like 2 weeks, maybe, like it catches up to you, boy. And plus, my job's pretty physically demanding, picking up 50, 100, whatever pounds over and over again at time. It's like it just, I'm not whining. I'm just saying. I needed a little thing. Oh my God, Eva, how did I miss this? Sir, may I have 5 minutes on Discord text chat? I'm sorry. I know you keep asking me that. After the show, we'll do it. We'll do it. I'll get on there. Scott, that's the way you do it. You're 100% right. I don't remember what I said, but I like that. I agree with you. I agree with you. Bev's inverted morals. Randall JFK threw a tantrum over a hat. Thank you for being here. And yes, I'm not kidding you. I warned Will and Aiden about this dude, and they just kept having that wigger ass dude on there. Listen, I talk funny, but it's like, I was a wigger when I was like, for like about, I don't know, 2 months when I was 13 years old. It's like, this dude's like 38 years old. It's like, bro, it's one thing to be funny. Like, I'm being silly saying turlet and shit, but it's another, like, this is your action. Like, you've made your personality somebody totally else. Like, it's just fake as shiz. Damn, I'm missing all the good shizats. Damn, the man, some motherfucking boy coming in, and LA is in the house. Ben Drizinkin from a fire hose, brother. That's right. New job plus school plus traveling. Got back recently from OKC. And the place to be. We want the Thunder to win. If there's some Knick fans in here, don't be mad. Don't be mad at me. To visit family, and I traveled to Virginia in a couple of weeks for my daughter's. Be careful if you go near West Virginia, because Tim Pool might cancel you. It might be a little skirty cat. I saw a couple of people. I just want to give you guys some love before we get back to the story. What the heck is it? Yup, his weight Lizos is from stress and guilt. That's right. From Jersey. Let's go, my God, let's go. Shout out to Jersey. I had some of the best days of my life were in New Jersey. I went to the New Jersey Hardcore Fest at Asbury Park. We went to this house party right around the corner from Asbury Park. I'm not from Jersey, and I'm not gonna act like I'm a big Jersey guy, but it was amazing. I lived in Queens for almost a year, so we had friends that were in Jersey and shit. And Atlantic City. I loved Atlantic City. I lived in Vegas for a couple of years, but I just loved Atlantic City. And I'd been to Atlantic City before I went to Vegas, so who knew? The decaying body of Brian Higgins' guilt does crazy shiz. Wait, okay, I'm out later. What did you do? Lexus bites. Brian Higgins is the Kizzler. He lost a lot of weight. Ooh, I agree. Thank you for being here, Speed Clutch. Go. Just an FYI, you can't show that Fizzoto on YouTube. Really? Uh-oh. Which one did I show? I don't even remember. Can't believe anybody thought that was from John, his holding his arm out and scraping it on a busted tail. Right? It's so absolutely. I can't show that shit. I'm going to be in trouble. Oh, well. No Brizoken bones or bruises other than his black eyes. Yeah. Those injuries weren't made by a tail I cover. You're damn right. Renee Rose, I know I saw you in there too. I love you with every fiber of my being in you. Know it. Smoke Stream. Let's go. I gotta get all the way down. I'm so sorry. Did I miss anybody? I don't want to miss any super chats and shiz. Tony, again, dude, you are the friggin' best. I love you, brother. Thank you so much. I like Friday episodes. What can I say? I don't have to go to work in the morning. There you go. Dude, I appreciate you. More than, yes, legend. Daggone right. First time here, now I gotta go. But I'll definitely be back. Good chatting with you all. Thank you for being here. Get you. Took us back here anytime. Yeah, listen, I know, tonight's kind of like a bit of a heavy subject, but we always have fun here no matter what. Yes, Goose, thank you so much for being here. Oh, Jesus, conversation was like 2 hours ago. I know. I think I caught up. Buzzes Bob's ass up in here. Thank you for being here. I love it when I find Nicolas Cage movie I haven't seen. Even the B movie is good. Nicolas Cage he's literally a diamond. He's a diamond. It doesn't matter if you find diamond in a well, in a turlet, anywhere. A diamond's always going to be shining. I love Nicolas Cage too. Like I said, he's not bad in Spider-Man Noir. It's just they didn't let him go all out. Like I want Nicolas Cage, like crazy guy Cage, Raising Arizona type of Nick Cage. I still wear Tuscany. My wife hates it. I don't care. At least it's not Brute or British Sterling. Brute. I remember Brute. I didn't really care too much for Brute. Brute wasn't bad, but I didn't care for it. There was another one. I'll tell you what. When Cool Water Cologne came out, that was pretty good too. But I'm so sorry. I know I'm so behind. I got to figure out how to freaking do the chat. But you guys know me. Everybody's been here for forever. You guys know. NHL highlights. Let's go. Oh, he wants the Spurs. We got some chat beef going on. Some people want the Spurs. Some want the Knicks. Some want the Thunder, the Lightning, and the Thunder. Zion was the last human city on Earth in the Matrix. Oh, that's right. Damn, I haven't seen those movies in forever. Goose, take care. Yes, Thomas Gilson is the best. All right, I'm finally back. I got to the end. All right, let me finish. I didn't even get to read this shit. What I couldn't believe, what really pissed me off, to be honest with you, put me over the top with the Tim Pool gimmick and why I kind of just called him Blizzy, is it's one thing, like I ain't got, sue me for what, bad boy? Touch me and I sue. I get it. Like, it's easy for me to talk shit. He's got millions on the line, but there's nothing he's doing wrong. Like, he's had Nick Fuentes on his fucking show. He's had Andrew Tate and shit. You know what I mean? It's like, fucking Turtleboy? Because a lawyer sent you a letter you pussed out? Like, fuck that. But to be fair to Tim Pool, like, I get it. Like, if somebody was going to sue me, I'd be like, dude, I flew you out here. I'm giving you a free hotel. Like, I hope you're not too mad at me. This part is what pisses me off. Do not follow him or read what he is saying. Now, I know Tim Pool likes to be cheeky from time to time, but to not have him on and then post that at the end, he's bitch made, bro. That is some business shit. Cause cough, and beer, PC, pussy clan, bunch of bitches. Via electronic email, Timothy Pool. Dear Mr. Pool, we write, can you guys see it? Probably not, but if you zoom in, I guess you can see it. We write on behalf of our clients, Jennifer McCabe, Brian Albert. Hey, who wants to, kick the shit out of some guy and get away with it because we're cops? Colin Albert, dude, I'll kick your ass and fight you. Oh, wait, I don't really want to fight because I'm a pussy. And Brian Higgins, I don't want pussy. I just want to be held. Collectively, the clients, who are plaintiffs in the lawsuit, currently pending in Plymouth County Superior Court in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Captioned, McCabe et al. Versus Reed et al. We understand that you have scheduled Aiden Carney, also known as Turtleboy, as a guest on Tim Pool IRL on or about May 29th, 2026. We write to bring to your attention information we believe is material to that decision and to the legal exposure you and Timcast Media Group, Inc. may face as a result. Fuck you. How about go fuck yourself? Right there, I'd be like, I can't have a guest on? Who the fuck do you think you are? Kiss my ass. Pending action. Blah, blah, blah. Let's get to the end. I'm sure that's where the actual thread is. What are we asking? We ask that you review the enclosed complaint in full so that you understand the scope and specificity of the claims pending against Mr. Carney, and to consult with counsel regarding your personal and company's potential exposure as a republisher of defamatory content under applicable law. We hope that after taking these steps, you conclude that hosting Mr. Carney is neither in your interest nor in the public's interest. However, if you choose to proceed, we ask that you take responsibility, editorial precautions. You take reasonable editorial precautions to prevent Mr. Carney from repeating specific false factual allegations. From repeating specific false factual allegations about our clients. What the fuck's that mean? Maybe I'm just an idiot. From repeating these false, true statements. Whatever. It's above my pay grade, I suppose. In particular, any allegations that they misurdered, concealed the murder as of, I kind of need the wrong word, or framed Karen Reed for the misurder of Mr. John O'Keefe. Our clients have endured years of harassment, justifiable harassment, threats. Nobody made threats. I'm sure that's fake shit. Somebody said they thought I should die. Shut up, Jen McCabe. And reputational destruction. When you kill somebody, you probably, it's not going to make your reputation all that good. And by the way, the worst thing of all, I remember when the Karen Reed case first happened. And, Beverly Cannoni wasn't banning people from the court. And, nothing was happening yet. And they didn't even have the trial date yet. It was literally, it just started. And Jen McCabe, her pussy-ass husband, and like a couple of the fucking McAlberts, lower-level McAlberts were walking. And Turtleboy was behind them. And he's recording. He's like, so you have anything to say about Ms. Zerder and John O'Keefe? And they just turn around and wouldn't say anything. These idiots wouldn't answer a single question. Politicians do this all the time. I don't know who is consulting you nincompoops, but when somebody asks you a straightforward question, just answer it. I mean, if somebody, like the age-old, crappy question of how long have you been beating your wife? It puts somebody in a box. It's like, never beat my wife. So, but so there are ways to just answer it. So, what was it like to leave John O'Keefe out in the frozen cold at 2:30 a.m. or whatever it was? We didn't do that. So I don't know what you're saying. Like, you know what I mean? When you got nothing to hide, you'll answer any effing question that somebody has for you. These people are fucking guilty as sin. In my opinion, sue me for what, Balboa? Touch me and I'll sue. Our clients have endured blah, 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 because they did what every citizen is asked to do. They came forward, told the truth, and cooperated with law enforcement. You didn't come forward. You did the exact opposite of that. You didn't go backwards. I don't know what the opposite was. They do what every citizen is asked to do. They came forward. You didn't. You told the truth. You fucking lied on the stand. All yous. Every McAlbert lied in the stand. We don't even have the time to go through all of them. Kenny, Johnny, and everybody else in there who's followed the Karen Reed case. You all know. Jen McCabe's lied like 50 times. Her scummy ass husband there. Shit. Now I can't get it out of my head. I forgot I'm not supposed to show John O'Keefe's arm. Why? They're dog scratches. What the fuck? Now I'm going to have to get in trouble with fucking YouTube. Damn it. I didn't know. Anyway, they cooperated with law enforcement. You dickheads are law enforcement, and you got fucking Meatball Morrissey helping you. What do you mean cooperating? Fuck you, cooperating. You deleted all your shit. You deleted your fucking Ring camera. You went across the street to the garbage ass fellow cop friend, and his fucking Zoom or fucking whatever footage is, Ring camera footage is deleted. You deleted so much shit. You didn't say why you got rid of Chloe, your fucking family dog, after all these years. You just had to get rid of him. You fucking repaved the basement where you kazilled John O'Keefe, in my opinion. Touch me and I'll sue. They deserve a minimum not to have the lies told about them amplified further by a media platform with millions of subs. We are available to speak with you and your counsel at your convenience and can provide you with additional documentation as appropriate. Please do not hesitate to contact us. These people are fucking gross. You know, they're suing them, and there's a fucking court case. So what's the big deal? If anything Turtleboy says on Tim Pool can be used against him in a court of law, why would you sue? When you try to shut somebody up, it's just nothing but proof that you have something to hide, not them. Gemma Cape, and they'd go around, don't talk, don't say anything. What do you mean, don't talk, don't say anything? Why? It's to keep your lies together? Man, these McAlberts, this case, you know, I figured when the first case was over, I'm like, this ain't going away. It's just going to, you know, crank up. Then after, you know, found not guilty, I'm like, yeah, there's going to be court cases and shit. I did not expect for this to be at the level that it's consistently been. It's just consistently rising. It's wild that people are defending these fucking cop killers. Again, in my humble opinion, sue me for what? Sue me for what, Balboa? I ain't got shit. So Turtleboy said, here's the full story about how Karen Reed was framed for murdering John O'Keefe after he went inside Brian Albert's house alive before being placed on his front lawn to die in a blizzard. I 1,000,000% agree with that. And by the way, look, hey, what the hell? Oh, I'm on Turtleboy's shiz already. I just want to show you something. Just in case you think I'm crazy. McAlbert attorney Christopher Matai, I think that's how you say it, will find that his winning recipe doesn't work quite as well when he uses bad apples. So here's the Szandy Huzuk family, right? Oh, fucking Alex Jones said something to, 20,000 people and nobody remembered, but it hurt us so bad that we need $1 trillion. Fuck off. That court case was so rigged too. Listen, you're getting to Alex Jones. Okay. I'm friends with his son, Rex. So let me just say this off the bat. Alex Jones, maybe 3 times his whole life, said that Szandy Huzuk was physique, right? And then he had other people come on who they said it, not Alex Jones. And then there was a couple other people who came on the show and said, it definitely happened, dude. It's not physique, blah, blah, blah. So then for months and months and months, anytime Alex Jones would talk about it, he'd say, it's up for debate. We're not really sure. If it's gay frogs or if Szandy Hook was legit. We ladies and gentlemen, we really don't know. We don't know. So he went from, I think to I don't know. And then he even flipped it and said, I've talked to so many people that it definitely happened, but it's a really weird thing. The Shizooter was a younger man who was best friend. He just happened to have a best friend who was a retired FBI agent, like, hello, MK Ultra style type of shit. So that's where he was going with it. So for Alex Jones to say that, 2 years ago, before this fake, ridiculous Connecticut court trial, and he's already capitulated and said it did happen. So, And then he's like, apologize. I'm sorry that I said that once and I thought that. The fucking big deal. He's not hard news. It's kind of like me. He's just off the from the heart, off the cuff, saying what he thinks about the fucking stories of the day. And you're going to charge somebody $1 trillion for that? It's ridiculous. But here's the thing. These cocksmokers up here, you might have a crooked Connecticut court, but I don't think they're going to have a crooked court here in Massachusetts. From what I found out earlier, it's being held at Barnstable. Fucking Barnstable guy down here in the Cape, okay? You don't have your crummy, garbage, lefty bullshit, fucking Dighton, Boston, Brockton courts. Cape courts, hopefully they're still the same, but they used to be, more strict, follow the law. It wasn't like a judge doing activism type of shit. Hopefully it's the same way, but we shall see. Damn it, there was something I wanted to show you. It's basically one of the jurors. Here it is. There we go. That's my dog. Karen Reed is innocent, and she didn't do this crime. Charlie Deloche, juror foreman. The foreman for the jury. Let's see what my boys got to sort.
She didn't do this, or is it just that the prosecutors did not put on enough evidence to convict?
Karen Reed is innocent, and she didn't do this crime.
If she didn't do it, who did?
That's not my job. So
look at that uncomfortable. Well, we all know, but I was hired to find out if she was guilty or not, and that bitch is innocent. I love this dude. This guy is so chill and cool, and he looked at all the evidence, and he really he did his job as a juror.
I mean, something did happen to Mr. O'Keefe, and it's foul play or whatever you want to say, but
she didn't do this.
But that bitch is innocent. This is my dog. That's the jury foreman, ladies and gentlemen. So if I get scissored for anything I've said on here, I'm bringing my boy right here with me. I'd be like, he said it. The juror said it. So if I can't say the same shit, that is my dude. I fucking love that guy. Aiden Carney, shout out to Laura. What's up, Laura? Aiden Carney is being persecuted and silenced for exposing what the majority of the public believes, including the jury, that the McAlberts, your clients there, Mate, with your shitty letters, are guilty. Up the river with him. If his reporting was false, you wouldn't work so hard to silence him. Laura knows what's up. It's crazy. Listen, so we love Keno Casino around these parts. We're huge, big Keno Casino fans. I hate the word fan, but whatever. If PPP, shout out, I fucking love PPP and Andy Worski as my boy. Andy's my boy. If they were roasting me and A-logging me, I would be devastated. But there's nothing I could do. I'd try to not be a lol cow or whatever the frig I did. I would have done wrong. But I'm not going to silence them. I'm not going to quartering them and fucking, flag them and whatever. Get a lawyer. I'm going to send them a letter. Beta. Fucking beta ass shit. Some bullshit. So that's the bottom line. I was thinking of popping on Speed is living rent free in Scotty's head now. Wait, where? Speed, I show Speed, that dude's driving me crazy. Knicks and Spurs in the big. Oh no, are you telling me that I've been following? I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie, I've been following the NBA. I don't know. I know you guys are all over the country, so I'm just trying to give you some love, let you know what's up. Plus, I'm a Celtics fan, so I don't want to see the Knicks win shit. But I mean, the Knicks haven't won anything in like 700 years, so whatever. And the Spurs always be winning. So, the Thunder out. Oklahoma City Thunder's out. Damn. No wonder why Rainey's not in here. She's pissed. You touch your toes, and I'll show you where the wild goose goes. God damn. Super Troopers. I don't know what it's called. Starship Trooper, whatever it was. Trump said he might go to a Knicks game. I don't think he should. I don't think Trump should ever step foot in New York ever again. I would never go there ever. Apparently, whack job E. Jean Carroll types can just be like, oh, Riz Ape is sexy. Everybody loves to get Riz Ape. Oh, and by the way, you owe me $28 trillion. Get the fuck out of here. That lady's a nut. I'd stay. Listen, Massachusetts is garbaggio. Judge Beverly Cannoni proved that one to the whole world. They all saw this corrupt ass state. New York is 7 billion times worse. We're all a little ticked off at Trump right now, but I still don't wish him any ill will. Stay out of New York, bro. You got UFC on your front lawn. You don't even need to go to New York for nothing. Scott, you're going to leave a Google if you don't talk. Wait, I gotta talk to Kenny in private about that. But that is freaking hilarious. I absolutely love it. I love it. Oh my God, you guys are great. Happy to be me. Thank you to be. TB needs to be on Tim's show, or he's a coward for caving. I couldn't agree more. Tim Pool is a cowardly coward. I can't believe he doesn't have the balls to be like, well, I'm going to tell you right now. I talked to my lawyer this morning, and they told me to tell you to go fuck yourself. You know what I mean? Like, dude, break out your balls, Tim. What the frig? A 40-year-old man doing, dropping in on half pipes, that takes some balls. Oh, yeah. And you're probably going to break those balls. At least I know my old ass would. I used to be able to drop it. I could never do an ollie. That's why I never called myself a skateboarder. But I could drop in. I could spin around and come back the other way. I don't know. Oh, my God. But all I know is for 100% certain, Tim Pool should have had Turtleboy on and said, listen, it's my fucking show. I can have anybody on who I want. I'm not making any proclamations. If my guest, Turtleboy, makes a proclamation, take it up with him in court, I suppose. Trying to sue. I think, I don't know. I wonder if that letter is legal. I'm sure it probably is. Can always get around something in a stupid law, but I couldn't agree with you more. And thank you for being here, by the way. That upper mezzanine is the perfect perch. Always. At least he was honest. At least he was honest about being completely full of shit. Anybody know what that's from? It's George Carlin. I'll ruin it for you. One more game between the Spurs and Thunder. All right, thank you. Dan, by the way, I miss you, Dan. I know you're working and shit, brother. I love you. Nope, Thunder is not out yet. Spurs and Thunder are tied. Oh, shit. Maybe I'll watch it now. I know it's bandwagon-y, but all the good stuff happens at the end. Like, oh, you didn't watch all the boring games. You don't get to watch the good games. If you didn't watch all the boring ones, no, that's not how it works. No, not yet, Scott. That's my pick. Oh, shit. Don't let Rainey hear you. Rainey is an OKC Thunder fan. Super fan. If the Thunder play like they did last game, it'll be the Spurs for sure. They got Spurs that jangle, and jingle. That jingle, jangle, jingle. I don't know. Sniz, I grabbed a bottle of Bertolli Alfredo sauce. Is the Bertolli good? Like, man, you know what I love? One of my favorite gravies, sauces. One of my favorite sauces of all time is go to Chili's and get mashed potatoes with white gravy. I don't know. I guess maybe it's called country gravy. I don't know. It's amazing. Oh, as a former fat guy, I mean, I really wasn't. It was always the same size, had like, you know, bigger gut. But as a former guy with a bigger belly, man, I could eat that Chili's mashed potato. You know who's got an even better one? Actually, we love Chili's in this household, but Texas Roadhouse. Oh, their country gravy, white gravy is amazing. Oh, so good. Fucking love you, Dan. Always, brother, forever. Whenever I grocery shop and chat, I always end up with the weirdest shit. Me too. I'll be watching, like I was watching Juggle at Jen last, what was it, last weekend? I don't know, one of these weekends. And I'm shopping, right? And I get up to the front. I'm in the, this is true as true could be. And I get up to the front and I'm like, I'm looking through my shit and I'm starting to put it up there, you know? Somebody's in front of me and they put the thing there and now I got my own little space on the conveyor belt. And I'm putting stuff up. I'm like, what the fuck am I buying? I'm not kidding you. I'm like, I don't remember getting this shit. Like, I don't even, what the hell is that? I don't want to eat that. It was weird. I'm like putting shit up in the gum. Yeah, put that shit in the gum section. Listen, at my supermarket, it's so ridiculous. You don't want to leave that line. I'm sorry. Listen, that's why they, you know, but they let all the people that Biden snuck into the country work at my supermarket. You can, habla. You necesito. You put the shit back. No. It's in the gum. Chewy gum. If I leave this line, it's gonna take me 2 hours to get back here. I was listening to Juggle at Jen. I got a bunch of weird shit. It's like, you know, por favor. Please. I know it's your country now, but, you know, would you mind? Doggish, my dude. Love you, bro. Thank you for being here, pimping. I just ordered new shocks for my Jeep. I don't think they've ever been changed. I've had it since 2011. It's an 04. I've changed everything else. No shit. What? That's impressive, dude. Those shocks on Jeeps are pretty rugged as hell, but I'm surprised. Like, so they're what? 22 years old, 23 years old. You're not bad, buddy. Not bad, brother. You got away with it for a while. All right, let's switch it up. I know there's a bunch of people here for Turtleboy. We'll probably get back to it in a second. I was gonna watch this, but I don't want to, like, you know, seem like I'm stealing TB's content and shit. I don't want the appearance, if you know what I'm spraying. Where the hell's my shit? There we go. Oh, that tweet did all right. There's a couple other things before we get out of here that I want to touch on a little bit. Shout out to Dr. Nigel Jameson Cromwell. Yesterday I was, you know, feeling a little bit whatever, and I had some shit to do. And so he posted this. I don't know if I could show this on here either. Between James O'Keefe's arm and this Maui Wowie, you never know Wowie. But I just thought it was kind of funny. And I was looking at it, I'm like, damn, that is some good shit. We used to call that kind bud. And then people call it all the other types of shit. All right, so listen. I'm kind of killing a little time so I could find this daggone story. Where the French toast is it? We talked about it on Wednesday. That they're having the 250th anniversary, you know, music thing. They, you know, doing a whole big music gimmick, and where the hell is it? It's on the National Mall. And there's all these, supposedly all these people singing in it, right? Where is it? What is going on? Where is it? Come on. Come on. Maybe I went too far now. Shizoot. All right, let me go back up. Yeah, we're like 5 shows ago up in here now. Oh, speak of the devil. Now, this is when you really will speak of the devil, because this bitch is not, no man's good, like they say in the Bible, but this bitch is crazy. Breaking. The DOJ has launched a criminal investigation into crazy-ass Riz-Ape fantasy lover E. Jean Carroll after she reportedly got caught lying about who was funding her lawsuit against Trump. So that case should be completely overthrown and, frankly, just have it redone in a real court. Not a Beverly County court and not a New York court. A real court somewhere. I don't know where the hell they exist anymore, because Texas, I used to always think that like Virginia, Texas, Florida, Georgia, and Alabama. I don't know, growing up, I always thought that those courts were the best ones. That's where like real justice would be. Maybe it's a little bit from watching, my cousin Vinny. My biological clock is ticking over here. A green 1963 Buick Skylark. Great movie. One of my favorites. Anyway, this broad's crazy and supposedly investigating herself. But they should just do the whole case over. It's like, do you remember what day or what year it was when Donald Trump supposedly brought you into Gimbals or whatever the hell it was? Fucking Macy's. It was in between 1979 and 2004. Yeah. Try again. Can you narrow it down a little bit? I mean, believe me, if you ask me like, hey, what year was it when you were a little kid and you snuck off to go break dance with the Pony Boys in New York, and you would have gave your parents a heart attack if they knew what you did, instead of lying that you're sleeping over your friend's house. Like, I'd be like, shit. I'd have to do the math. But I could do the math and narrow it down to what year. She's like, I don't know. I just know that Riz-Ape is sexy. It's amazing. This bra's nuts. What judge would even take this? They'd be like, bitch, go on now. Get out of here, crazy pants. Where the heck is my story about this gimmick over here? Everybody here, did you guys see? All right, so here's the deal. Martina Navratilova over here. Martina McBride was one of the people who were all right, come on, man. Where is it? This is gonna drive me crazy. You guys probably already know this story, so I don't know why I'm stressing about it. I just want to have the thing up here. So it's this, 250th anniversary deal for I think they call it the Freedom gimmick, where whatever. All these people are going to be doing it. I'm pretty sure I saw it. Was it Kid Rock, or it's definitely Vanilla Ice? Everybody's shitting on Vanilla Ice. I met that dude. He's a good dude. Like, he got fudged over. It's like, what the hell? Damn, nobody's gonna have it, huh? Shit. I want to show all the lineup of everybody in it. So, anywho, this broad, I honestly couldn't tell. Does anybody know what she sings? Martina McBride. I know I've heard her name, and I'm sure I know her song, but I don't know. Is she a one-hit wonder? Does any of you guys know? Anyway, she was invited. She was on the poster that I can't find. But all of a sudden, this morning, she's like, I'd like to talk to you. Everybody's Edith Bunker to me. I don't know why. I would like to talk to you and clear the air. I will not be performing at the Great American State Fair on June 25th. I was presented with an opportunity to perform at a nonpartisan event, but that turned out to be misleading. I asked lots of questions, and I was assured this was a nonpartisan event, meaning a non-Republican or non-right-wing event. Let's be honest, honey. that was meant to celebrate all 50 states. So I get Milli Vanilli's supposed to play there. Where are they representing? Are they representing Los Angeles? Because that's kind of friggin' hilarious. It's disgusting that, this kind of I'm sure Trump's going to be, look at, I got everybody together. Even Madonna's here. I don't know which state she's representing. I guess it's the state of London because she pretends like she's British or something. Because I think she's from Detroit, but she'd always try to rep New York City and shit. And then Madonna's like, I don't know. She's got like 2 like gimps and she lives in London. We could skip her. J-Lo can represent Puerto Rico since the Dems are gonna make that a friggin' state. Who knows? But I thought, I didn't even know that was the deal. Bret Michaels must be representing LA. So Bret Michaels, take off his little bandana, and he's not much to play with upstairs. I don't see what the big deal is, to be honest with you. I know it's easy for me to say with a whole nice head full of hair. But if I started going bald, I just shave the whole thing off and just rock it. Like he's still wearing the eyeliner. He's only like 74 years old, rocking the eyeliner. I loved Rock of Love. Do you remember that? The precursor to Flavor of Love. Flavor Flav. Gator. Who pooped on my floor? Yeah, boy. So anyway, this bitch was like, I'm not gonna do it. All the libtards, all our favorite LA Marxists and commies were like, stand up, good job, loser. But then, I just kind of, perfect. Is this her now? Who's this? Why did somebody put this there? Celebrating Martina. I don't know what's going on. It was a weird post. Anyway. Real quick, I don't know how I feel about this. Well, actually, I know exactly how I feel about it, but let's hear it.
Dr. Becker.
Yep.
How long until we see your signature next to President Trump's face on a $250 bill?
Well, again, as Treasury Secretary, I have 2 mandates for U.S. currency. At present, no living person can be on U.S. currency, and the currency must say, "In God we trust." So,
isn't that weird? I never knew that. Who made that law? Why is that a rule anyway? I mean, maybe it's for a good reason, because it's you don't want somebody oh, put me on the dollar bill, and maybe people won't want to make me resign. Oh. Obama well, I'll tell you what, I'm getting all get me up on that bill, or you can put Michelle up there, Big Mike with her wee Willy Wonka. I don't know what the hell. I guess it's a good thing, but Trump is just out of his fucking mind. He's hilarious, but he's also a little tapped. Dude, oh my God, $250 bill. That's terrifying that we'd even have. And why wouldn't you just do a $200 bill? $250?
right now, there is proposed legislation in front of the House, in front of the Senate, to change the first requirement so that a living person, Donald J. Trump, could be on the $250 bill. So it's all in the hands of the. It's all up on Capitol Hill. So at Treasury, we prepare things in advance. So we have prepared in advance that if the legislation is passed, but we will stick to the law.
I mean, it's kind of interesting. What really pissed me off, so what I said about it was, because, go ahead, Balboa, touch me and I'll sue. I ain't got all this money like people do. I said, so instead of cutting government spending, shrinking the size of government, and paying off the debt so that our dollar bills will be worth closer to $1. Do you know how much our money is worth right now? 4 cents. Every dollar is worth 4 cents. I said, so instead of doing all that shit, we'll be like Japan in a few years, paying $1,000 for a gallon of milk. It's ridiculous. Why? Because we have super hyperinflation. And I'm not putting all this on Trump, by the way. I'm trying. What I'm doing, whining out loud, is hoping that Trump will hear me so that he'll fucking fix some shit. Because it's not just Trump, and by the way, it's not even just Democrats. I mean, they're responsible for a huge chunk, but don't let these Republicans off the hook. Fucking George W. Bush spent like ridiculous trillions of dollars. Well, we got to go to war. I mean, come on. It's like, no, we don't have to go to war. We give all these foreign countries money all the time. We just waste. The government spending is ridiculous. Okay, I'm done. I am so done. If we got all the fraud out of the entitlement programs and we cut the military spending. If you do that, Iran will nuke us. No, they won't. I'll bet you $1 million. I'll bet you $39 trillion that if we cut the government the military spending and told the military, we got to stop this whole thing. You guys know why. Like, so years ago, I remember hearing, the military, they bought like 15 hammers, regular hammers, for $500 a piece. And I'm like, what the fuck? So then I learned, this was years ago. So then I learned that each agency, each, branch of the military, each whatever, they're allocated a certain amount of money. So they'll be like, oh, well, we needed, $300 million last year. So we have to spend this money at the end of the fourth quarter so that they at least give us $300 million every year. And then these idiots in DC made a new rule that it has to go with inflation. So instead of that agency getting $300 million every year, they get $310 million, and then the next year they get $320 million, and the next year after that they get $340 million, and next year after that they get $380 million, and so it just keeps going up, and they have to justify that spending. So that's why they'll give somebody $500 for a fucking $18 hammer. We got to stop that crap. It's like, why are we spending $1.5 trillion every year in the military? Because of these 2 or 3 stupid laws, or whatever the hell you want to call it, these dumb policies. It's like, if this organization, whatever it is, whatever branch or whatever the frig it is, right? Let's say they need $300 million this year. Well, and then the year after that, they only need $200 million. What's wrong with that? I want to shrink the size of government. We need to fucking pay off the debt. Pardon my French. We got to pay off the debt. Why are is a crummy little 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath house going for $900,000? Because our money is worthless. It's garbage. And so if you pay off the debt, our money goes back up again. So we don't have to live in this stupid, dumb Japanese economy where you go to the store and it's like, oh, here's a $10,000 beer for half a gallon of milk. No, I don't want this. We already have shrinkflation. It's like, oh, you want a family-sized box of Captain Crunch berries? And it's like a trial-size box. That's not a family box. A family of what? Ants? Anywho, if everything was cool and shit like that and our inflation wasn't redonkulous, I kind of would have no problem with this. But until, Trump and the Republicans and hopefully some fucking reasonable-minded, logical, rational Democrats knock off the spending bullshit and lower our debt. I mean, can we just knock off $9 trillion? Is it that, big of an ask? Really? Look at this. So Jackson Dart, I don't know if you guys know this. Jackson Dart introduced Trump the other night, right? Jackson Dart is the starting quarterback for the New York Giant football team, right? So Abdul Carter, I guess he's a fellow teammate here, had to say this.
So first off, I want to say that some things are bigger than football, And this is one of those things. Jackson is one of our leaders. He's the face of our franchise. He not only represents himself and what he does, but he represents all of us. And that goes for anybody who wears a Giants uniform. But if he chooses to align himself with a man like President Trump, it's my responsibility, based on what I believe and what I stand on, to not only show my teammates that I'm against that, but to show the world. And
then go play for the fucking Browns. See you later.
That doesn't mean that we have to spread hate.
You're being hateful right now, dickhead. Just because you're saying it in a nice way, you're still spreading hate.
Doesn't mean that me and Jackson hate each other or we have beef.
Well, you're being a piece of shit publicly, so talk to him in private then. Yeah, you're being a dick.
I sit next to Jackson every day.
I sit next to him every day, so talk to him. He's right next to you, motherfucker. You ain't got to come out on and blow up his shit like that. I mean, you can do whatever you like. And obviously, you're staying there doing a press conference in a Giants, practice jersey. So the Giants know you were doing this.
Every team meeting, we close, we talk.
You're not that close. Not that close, buddy.
We just, as long as we make sure we got the same goal as a team and our goals align, which they do, and I feel like that's all that matters. So,
what do you mean that's all that matters? Then shut the fuck up. What are you talking about? Here's the thing, okay? I remember athletes were fawning all over Obama, okay? Now, personally, I didn't like it because I know Obama's a piece of shit. Before he was even elected, I actually read his book, Dreams from My Father. They're not the dreams of my father. They're like, oh, those are my father's dreams. These are the dreams that I have now acquired that came from my father's dreams. And his father's dream was to first make Kenya a socialist nation, Marxist, by the way, and then to bring it to America. So he wanted to make America a Marxist, socialist, communist shithole. And he thought if he did it in Kenya first, then he could bring it to America. That's what Obama. So I already knew right from the jump what this dude was all about. And even like, so, and it's not like I'd be like, oh, where some football player or baseball player, whatever, likes Obama. It was just like, all right, that dude sucks. It's not like anything else. If he's on my team, I'll be like, oh, he scored. Yes, thank you. Like, I don't, whatever. But here's what I'm saying. If we were back in 2008, 2010, and this fool was introducing Obama at some event, and Jackson Dart gave a press conference. First of all, the Giants wouldn't let him do that. The Giants clearly let this asshole do it. If Jackson Dart was like, yeah, what's his name? Abdul something or other. Yeah, Abdul, he's representing, he's one of the faces of this franchise, and what he's doing is wrong. If you hang around with that piece of shit dude Obama, like everybody knows that Obama's a fucking piece of shit, you know what I'm saying? So like for him to do that, you know what I'm saying? And I got nothing against him. I sit next to him all the time. Jackson Dart would be fired immediately. This guy's gonna get a pat on the back. We have a double standard in this country, and it really has got to go. It's got to go. I mean, before we can ever, fix all the crap we got with DEI and LGBTQ and, killing babies and everything else, we have to be able to have a society where, leftists aren't killing people or even just beating people up, burning their shit because somebody doesn't like the same things that they do or doesn't agree with them. That's the only way we're going to do it. And like you saw, our boy, number 99 primetime, Alex Stein, and James O'Keefe teamed up to expose that piece of shiz on the communications director for the Washington Nationals, who was just, what the hell is it called? He was, I forget what's the word, this is something or other. He was, he was punishing Trevor, whatever his name is, one of the pitchers, the top pitcher, who was a Catholic. Discriminating. Can't think of a word. Discriminating. He was discriminated against a Catholic and he got caught. And then he was saying how he the whole team, the Nationals team, every single person who comes through the turnstile with their tickets, now it's on your cell phone, but they have face recognition, some Peter Thiel type of shit, and they can automatically go to all your social, media stuff and find out who you are and what you're all about, like that. Then he also said he's a communist who, and his goal is to like spread communism to all the fans and all the players. It's like, wow, like people hate, Republicans and people on the right. Nobody's doing any of that shit. Like that's some, talk about fascism. But that's all I know is like this guy's a real piece of shit, and so is the Giants. Sorry, not sorry. Like, first of all, say that to Jackson's face or call him. You don't have to do this on air. There's a reason you did this on air, and that's why I'm calling him a piece of shit. And I'm calling the Giants organizations pieces of shit because they signed off on this. They probably told him to do it. And I did think, I was like, oh, Jackson Dart's going to get some heat for it. But for like, this dude's basically calling for Jackson Dart to be fired. Hey, dummy, what's his name? Abdul Carter. Hey, buddy, the Giants suck. They don't win shit. Okay. You finally have a decent quarterback. Just play. If the Giants have any brains, to trade this guy, Abdul Carter, to the fucking bumhole Browns. See you later. Bye. Your career's over. We all know nobody winning shit at the Brizzams. Here it is right here. By the way, I'll break a little news. I mean, it's 4 hours old now. According to the New York Post, Washington National executive Sean Hudson, that same guy I was just talking about his little Palantir shit and his communism and discriminating against Christians. He got fired. They finally fired him after blackballing Trevor Williams from social promotions for religious beliefs. Not about the Palantir shit or the communism. They just, whoops, we got caught with one little thing. But there's a big grander deal going on. If you know what I'm spraying. Dagnabbit, where's that other stuff? Wait, yeah. All right, so we'll end it on this. There was a couple of things I want to talk about. Peter Thiel. He's a Palantir in he's a piece of shiz, and he's running and moving to Venezuela. So like Tim Pool being a little chicken she is and not having our boy Turtleboy on the show tonight. Peter Thiel, helped ruin this country, made us an Orwellian weird surveillance state, and now he's moving to Argentina or Venezuela? Who cares? Same thing to me. No offense to my Argentina, Venezuela viewers. I'm a silly American. Who the hell knows? All right, we'll end it with this. This is not a good one, but you know what I mean? It's one of those days. It's just one of them days. Jackson Dart isn't going anywhere. Not if the Giants have any brains whatsoever. Karl Marx, original name was Levi. Really? Interesting. He was like a Levite. Slave to the dollar, every one of us. I can't stand it. You are 1,000,000% right, Tony, and I can't stand it. I'd love to see him on the Browns. Let's get him on the Browns. The Browns are going to make the playoffs this year. Not with Shador, they ain't. No, I don't know. I get a soft spot for the Lions and the Browns. I really do. Like, I'd love to see the Lions especially win one Super Bowl. It's so annoying. Every Thanksgiving, I'm watching whoever the heck the Lions are playing, and I'm rooting for them so hard. One of my favorite players, and I'm sure everybody will say this, but one of my favorite NFL players of all time was Barry Sanders. I mean, the dude was like legendary, doesn't even put it into words. This guy was, it was unbelievable. And to watch him live do it was absolutely nuts. This guy was literally a Madden football game with wireless controllers. It was unbelievable. And then they had Megatron, they had Matt Stafford. They've always been like, well, they haven't always. They've had different periods of time where they were so close. But I mean, not since Bernie Kosar have the Browns ever really been close. They had who they have? Johnny Football, Johnny Manziel, and even that was a disaster. So, and they'd always have like great players. So they'd have like one good player or one great player on offense, and then a couple of okay ones. And in 2 years, they coming up here to the Patriots. Bring them on up to get them a ring. Get them a ring. No, I'm only teasing. Seriously, the poor Browns. I feel so bad for the Browns fans. I went to Cincinnati a few times to do business, and it's just like, I mean, of course you have Bengals fans everywhere, but even all the people in Cincinnati, they like felt bad for the Browns. They wanted the Browns, and they're Cincinnati Bengals. I mean, the Bengals usually don't do much either, but we need to get rid of corporations, man. Corporations are not capitalism. Yeah, that's right. We used to have something called like monopoly laws. We still do, but they don't really follow them. Why? Because those corporations are worth so many billions of dollars, they can buy off all of our fucking politicians, like AIPAC in Kentucky. It's ridiculous. What should we replace corporations with? Well, see, I just think like when a company gets so like BlackRock, Vanguard, and State Street own everything. They own everything. So where I was kind of going, I kind of lost track a little bit. The monopoly laws should stay there. So it's not like you stop corporations, like, oh, you can't have a corporation, but it's like, sorry, you can't buy 75 other businesses out. Sorry. You can't do it. We have monopoly laws. BlackRock, Vanguard, and State Street, you can't own everything. Sorry. Even though they'll just make like 15 other business names and do it from that. But I'd still say, no, listen, either you work for Vanguard or State Street or BlackRock, and you don't get to make fake corporations that buy everything else out, like to skirt the monopoly laws. No, that's just me. All of Trim NV / all of Nevada in California is closing on July 4th. Everybody's being evicted because of corporate greed. I know. And just to rub it in a little, they picked July 4th. Right. Oh, dude, this country is fudgicled. Corporate t-shirt, stupid bloody Tuesday. Man, you've been a naughty boy. You let your face grow long. I am the Eggman. Oh, okay. All of the communism get their money from our capitalism. Yeah. By the way, I've come to realize there's no such thing as communism. There's really not. You're like, what are you talking about? Of course there is. No, I think communism is just an excuse to have a dictatorship. So they're like, oh, you're going to the workers of the world unite. The workers are going to own the means of production. Everybody's broke except the politicians. That's called the dictatorship. Who are we fooling here? Look at China. Oh, the greater China, okay? Oh, we have a greater communism. It's a people's republic. Oh, except everybody's broke. They're all living in fear, and they're in a surveillance state. Except Xi Jinping and all the other people in his cabinet. You guys are all multi-zillionaires, while everybody else is broke. So I think communism is just a lie. It's just an excuse. It's like a label. It's like, it's gaslighting. Oh, you own a means of production. You the worker. You own everything now. Good. And he's like, I don't feel like I own anything. I broke. I have no rice. All I eat is rice. For breakfast? Rice for lunch? And he's like, well, listen, I got to go. I'm eating some Kobe steaks. with Donald Trump. Some bullshit. If you want to get rid of corporations, shouldn't you stop using their products and services? Yeah, it's tough. I mean, when they own everything, what the hell are you going to do? How are you going to use your, I can't make Polo Cologne. I got to buy BlackRock's Polo Cologne. Pop Johnny. Man, where am I? 3-2 Rays for my Rays friends that are fans. Yeah, pretty much. But Abdul might be able to do. They're like, see you later, buddy. Where do you want to go? You want to go to Jacksonville? There's no state income taxes. Oh, Cleveland? Cleveland it is. Douglas is like, fuck you, I love Cleveland. Yeah, if you haven't already, please, everybody smash that like button. I know, we got to get out of here. I hope that weirdo ends up at the Red Sox. Me too. This whack job wackadoo here, right here. This fucking fruitcake there, Sean Hudson. Come up to the Red Sox. Right where you belong, you piece of shiz. Take care, peace, smash that thumb button. Have a great weekend. Thank you, Truth. Are you a Cleveland? I'm curious. They effed up the Baker situation. They revamped their O-line. They have Judkins, Fannin, Boston, KC, Bond, and Shador slinging it along with a top three defense with reigning Depoy and D-Roy getting them Roys on. Yes, I grew up in Northeast Ohio, but now I live in the Tampa. Get your Tampa on. I wish I lived in Tampa. How do I say that I have a problem with communism as long as I'm the dick? Right, exactly. How do you say I have no problem with communism as long as I'm the dictator? Exactly. Johnny's even Cleveland too. Damn. Get your Cleveland on. I lived in Vermilion for a couple of years. I don't want to dox you guys back. Well, nobody can really catch you, right? Born in Lorraine. Defensive player of the year, defensive rookie of the year. Oh, okay. I'm like, damn, I know football pretty good, but I don't know what that. I'm like, now I feel like a rookie. D-Poy and D-Roy. I like that better. But yeah, no, listen, Cleveland has had like some runs where I'm like, this might be their year. And then I'd say that to other people and they'd laugh in my face. Like, what do you mean? They're doing really good. And then they stink it up. I would like to see the Cleveland Browns owners sell the team to somebody who gives the funky fresh. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Don't sell it to Melissa McBride. Apparently, she don't give a shiz. All right, let's end it with this. This is kind of a bad story, but what are you going to do? Trizan's gender, Dizum's unknown liquid on Riley Nemiamero while he was debating someone. I don't know who this dude is, but this dumbass just made him famous.
They are bet. Okay. To someone else who thinks that.
Hey, what?
Now, isn't it kind of weird? It's like, oh, the Democrats are the good people, but they're the violent ones. And then all the Democrats standing around are like, fuck you, yeah, I'm so happy. I think this might be a little kayfabe rigged gimmick. Love it. It seemed like a kayfabe, love me. Look at, they're filming him perfectly. Nobody's concerned that this masked loser is walking over towards them with a bucket, right?
They are bet.
Okay. Following him perfectly. The camera's following. Now he's preparing. So if I'm behind that camera, I'm running over and put my hand on that bucket. This little skinny ass Antifa fool, he ain't doing shit. He can't lift that up. I put 5 pounds of pressure on that bucket. He ain't lifting that bucket back up.
To someone else who.
Up right now. What's happening right now? Like, give me a break. This cameraman, maybe he's one of his friends and he's in on it, but it seems very suspicious to me.
Hey, what?
So the cameraman is behind the Timu Charlie Kirk guy. Really? And you're just happy as a lamb with some weird Trizans Antifa, trans Tifa behind you? Is that what you're telling me? And he's filming this guy how do you know? Why would you filming this guy over here or this dude? This shit looks rigged as all hell to me. I'm kind of in a way a little bit impressed with the effort to accomplish the kayfabe, but I don't know. And you didn't get it on his face. It's almost like his buddy was like, I guess he aimed for the face, but his limp wrists just didn't have the force. I wish it was another camera angle so I could see who's going, woo, because you're a real fucking piece of shit cheering that. If there was a Democrat or a leftist sitting in that seat, and see, Republicans won't do that. People on the right aren't pieces of shit. We actually love people. As much as people on the left are like, this house believes in science and love and George Floyd. Yeah, you don't believe in shit. Selfish, weird, miserable chuckaluckers. This kid just got shit dumped all over him. Like, fuck you. What are you celebrating for? I wouldn't do that. If AOC was sitting there and some Republican came up and put fucking, I don't know, driveway tar, it looks like, all over her. Every right winger, if I was there, me and every other right winger there would run up and punch that dude in the face. Sorry, not sorry in Minecraft or whatever I'm supposed to say. It's like, dude, what you're a fucking piece of shit. The hell is wrong with you? And where's this kid going? Like, he doesn't look like he could, maybe he could do, I mean, people underestimate me, I suppose, but I don't see, I mean, maybe he's really heated. It just seems kayfabe. And now the camera is perfectly still. And what's this guy's hat say? Dad talk today. So this is one of Timu Charlie Kirk's buddies. So this camera is his. And he has people around him. But apparently, you just videotape this dickhead coming up. Perfectly. Look at this. I mean, this isn't like somebody holding a camera, like, just willy-nilly. This is a tripoded camera that had motion activated so that it would look at it's perfect.
They are bet. Okay. To someone else who thinks that,
look at, and he's getting ready. This is fake. Everything's fake and gay. Ladies and gentlemen, everything fake and gay, just like Tim Pool always tries to say. I want to see if Tim Pool has said anything before we get out of here. Has he said anything about what's going on? Actors are marketing. If your marketing says do not see this film, you have bad marketing. The Trump admin is either unable or unwilling to stop leftist terrorism. Brett Michaels cited death threats as a reason for exiting. It's obvious that people are more fearful of leftist terror than fascist Trump. That's true. But Trump's admin can't or won't do anything about it. So he's just ignoring everything. Milli Vanilli was caught accepting a Grammy for an album they didn't perform on and had nothing to do with. They had to return the Grammy in shame, and playing a Trump party is too embarrassing for them. Oh yeah, Milli Vanilli canceled too. Just, cowards. It's a Friday of cowards, but not us. And nobody in here. You guys are all the bravest people I know. I love yous all. It sucks that all U.S. generation Gen X are effing old. Now we're the only ones that can save the country. Vote and hope. Listen, I'm Tony. I'm going to give you a little hope, brother. My kids and all their friends and a lot of this young generation, they are awakened to it. I don't know if they have the balls to really, get the work done. But they're way like I thought we were totally toast. I really did. I'm like America's done. But these young kids, they're not stupid, and they know when they're being lied to. I think I got a good feeling. I got a better feeling than I did. 6-2 Rays, 7-2 Rays, 7-8 Rays. Damn. Their stupid 10 years is stupid. It's hard to fight stupid. That's what the problem has been. Absolutely. Damn, that sounds like a fun inning. They lip sync, Millie Vanilli lip sync because real people were too homely to get popular. That's what I heard too. They were like, well, if you saw the people who actually were singing it, you'd pray that Millie Vanilli came out with fake microphones. That's what I heard too. But all right, we got to get out of here. I'm so overtime and overtired too. I'm exhausted. I had such a fun time, man. Thank you guys all for hanging out with me. Oh my God, I had a great time. In hour and 45 minutes at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Alex Stein, number 99 prime time on Real America's Voice. Don't miss it. I hope you guys know in the description, I forgot to mention earlier, everybody follow everybody. Our Discord link is in there. That place is going crazy. I got to hit up Ava in there, 19 official. Follow her on Twitch, Tampa Terry on Twitch, the Fat Pig, of course, Darkman, Steve, everybody follow each other. These are people I know and love and trust, and they are great people. And NHL highlights. Go for that's Family Lamb right there. Yes, everybody have an awesome weekend. And we'll be back Monday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And don't forget, Bubba loves Sponge in the morning. Well, if he doesn't have the chat open, I'm going to stop shouting him out. It's my protest. And keep your eyes peeled with Turtleboy, too, because this shit ain't over. Tim Pool can go and act like sweeping under the rug like nothing happened, but Turtleboy ain't, no one to F with. So I'm sure he's not going to be just, letting it go. Johnny, Thomas, Tony, thank you so much, by the way, earlier, man. I fucking love you. Appreciate that. All you guys, man. Kenny, everybody, thank you guys so much. I'll be back Monday, 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. All right, love you. Peace.